City, a 6-2 lead, one swing of the bat. Danny Machado with his 14th grand slam of his career.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Saul 504. Friday, September the 19th. The weekend is here, so let's tear up the old peacock, clicker into Schnell, and make a fast break to the 11 o'clock hour. It is Feel Good Friday. It is Playlist Friday. Send in your request to the Duke of Delburne at 833-401-1440. See where we've got on air. There's a couple, including Greg and the K, wanting something like James. Hey, get that content going too. Good morning. Thanks so much for tuning into the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 on your AM radio dials. Good morning, driving to work, or wherever you're heading out to for the weekend. Once again, weather just fabulous for the month of September, continuing right through the weekend. Highs into the upper 20s for tomorrow. You can watch us right now as well on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. And as always, we're streaming on iHeartRadio, the Radio Player Canada app, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. And if you miss any part of any show, you can catch up by searching it wherever the podcasts hang out on Apple, Spotify, Google, even Amazon. Just subscribe, select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of the show. Plus, we're also streaming on X as well. So several areas and several places that you can find us all day long here on Sports 1440. Well, Oilers training camp into day number 2. We talked quite a bit about Zach Hyman yesterday. Coach Chris Knobloch addressed that situation, saying Hyman's going to be out till at least November 1. I'm saying it's going to be a lot more than November the 1st. There's just something that isn't right here. I've talked to several people around town that are quite familiar with this situation, the procedure that was done, and what happened and what's moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised, and this is bad news for the Oilers, man, if this goes a lot further into the season. But we could hope that November 1 is a target date, and that's 6 weeks away here. And, even when you heard Stan Bowman earlier in the week talking about, well, we, are hoping that, he can be ready to go early on here. And even he brought up the home opener, the season opener, October 8th against Calgary. But now that we're looking at a month later, this is concerning news for the Edmonton Oilers, because it leaves a great big hole in the lineup. We looked at last year's final and what Zach Hyman would have meant to the team in the Stanley Cup final. Hey, it is Friday. That means our co-host from 7 to 9 is Eddie Steele, Grey Cup champion from 2015, all-decade team with the double E. The double E in Hamilton tomorrow in a must-win situation. Good morning, Eddie. How was your week, big guy?
KK, good week, baby.
Sharp. You look better in like this Nike T-shirt and instead of the tie.
Ouch.
What's
that mean? What are you telling my customers then? I'm a sharp dress guy. Come on, KK.
I feel more of a connection to you.
Really?
When you're like dressed like this.
Because my tie's not coming for you?
That big tie knot's coming at me. It's going to get me. So, you look good in both.
I'm just messing, Kay. I know, Kay. It's all love. And you know what? You look better here than on TV, too. You got a face for radio.
I appreciate that. I've been told that many times after 33 years in television. Those, especially at the end, those high-def cameras, they don't do anybody any good.
Yeah. There's not enough makeup can save you.
Yeah, well, you got that right. So Elks in Hamilton tomorrow, Oilers training camp. This Zach Hyman situation, it's worrisome for me. Maybe it's not for some Oiler fans, but it's worrisome for me.
Certainly. So go a little deeper on that, KK. What was the injury exactly? And then you talked to some people. What did they tell you in terms of the surgery, the rehab, and the time frame, realistically?
Well, I've heard extreme stuff where it's very, very serious.
So what is the injury? I don't even know exactly what it is.
Dislocated wrist for one.
Okay.
Then there was some other little things. And of course, So that was at the end of May. That's when that happened. So that's June, July, August, September. That's 4.5 months. When you always talking, you had surgeries and things like that. Sometimes it takes longer to rehab it. Sometimes it takes longer for a person to come back, but injuries are injuries, and sometimes some are more serious than others. And I don't know why the stuff that I'm hearing from people that are sort of close to the situation are going, this is a lot more serious again than what Stan Bowman was saying early on. And Zach's going to be fine and things like that. And, they had the medicals.
And he had
testing.
surgery.
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, he had surgery.
That would have been back in
I
May
think
as
he
well.
had the surgery in June. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a few months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, listen, they need this guy. He is he is a heartbeat of the team. He is, you think about going back to when they lost the Stanley Cup 2 years ago, and you saw the videos of everyone so distraught. There was a voice of reason in that locker room at the end of that. And that voice of reason was Zach Hyman.
Well, when was he out in the third round?
It was game 4 of the Dallas series,
Yeah.
right? So then he missed obviously game 5. Then they won game 5. And, I don't know if you remember the video, Eddie. They had the video of the camera, like a FaceTime in the locker room after they won.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, they had
every
him.
guy.
Yeah, I
They're
do.
just passing the camera.
Yeah, I do.
So
So in why I was trying to remember exactly, because what I do vividly remember is his impact was felt when he was out of the lineup, and you needed a guy like him who was hitting everything moving against Florida.
Well, that was the whole thing. He was on pace to record the most hits in Stanley Cup playoff history.
Like 9 a game.
Wow. It was a dozen
crazy.
every time. Like you just looked up at the stat sheet at the
Yeah,
end.
it was wild.
There was Zach Hyman with a dozen every night, it seemed. So, but we'll see. So
And the reality too is you just hate to continue to pile on bad news on top of bad news. But hey, he's not a young chicklet anymore either.
He's 33. But if anyone's going to work
For
their
sure.
ass off,
I'm
it's
just
gonna be
saying,
him.
absolutely. I'm just saying in the world of pro sport, I'm not, saying it's over and doom and gloom. But when you're in your 30s, it's a little more challenging to come back.
Well, and you think about how, okay, so what would it be? What would hurt you the most? Let's just say you had a dislocated wrist and you were on the defensive line, and you had surgery and you couldn't grab a player. You didn't have the strength or the confidence.
Probably like the punch
to push
to engage
at
right?
the chest, or
Yeah,
where,
exactly.
like, or an arm, a
Exactly.
swim
'Cause
move, or
if
what?
you think about the proper position, you're kind of semi-bent kneed, kind of in a squat almost, and your arms are going to be extended about 80%. You don't want to go fully at the elbows, and that's going to be ideal position. So you're going to need to have that. Now, in reality, the thing is with hockey and football, you would club that up in football and you would play. Hockey, you need that wrist. You need your hands. It's different. You need to grip the stick. But I've seen many a guy play, and this is not saying football is better or tougher than hockey. That's not that. But you can club it up and you can go out and play one-handed. Simple for sure. But hockey, again, you need the hands. It's important. Now, with Hyman in his recovery, as long as the boots, keep the boots right.
Yeah,
Because with
I mean,
the
he's gonna
hand,
be
whatever.
skating
Skate,
every
keep the
day.
boots right so you come back, hit the ground running.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of times when you have like a knee or injury or something, that's why a lot of guys are, they're doing the cardio with their arms on the reverse bike or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to do that? Like,
For sure.
That's a good workout. That's
Oh,
good for your
blast the shoulders.
Yes.
And
exactly.
of course, most modern facilities now would have a treadmill that's in a kind of a hot tub type pool.
Fair, yeah.
So you're not putting the weight on it. So you can start running a lot earlier in the rehab process.
833-401-1440, 710. Quick comment. This is must win for the Elks tomorrow.
Must win
Must win.
for their season.
Yeah.
If they want for playoffs, if
Yeah.
we're talking playoffs. Yeah, absolutely.
Thursday night football, Buffalo,
It's a good
31.
game.
I thought Buffalo was just
It was a surprisingly good game.
I
Way better than I anticipated.
Miami could
takes over.
For sure.
maybe deserve to win a lot. I mean, they're right there at half. They're right there in the third quarter. The roughing the kicker,
It hurt.
that's the difference in the game.
Man, just check down City though.
Check.
I'm so over just the little passes, the behind the line, the scrimmage passes.
Mhm.
they execute it because they have some speed, but boy, they're toast if they don't go intermediate or deep or short because they can't go intermediate or deep.
Let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne on a Friday morning. Duke, man, you got about 6-7 songs coming in already.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Makes my morning that much easier when I don't have to be digging in the archives for some song choices. Everyone picks them for me.
Some of these names are
quite the throwbacks
like
and deep cuts.
Coney Hatch, like Smokey next door, living next door to Alice by Smokey. That's from Pods. I love it. So Duke, you got back in our little draft win last night.
Yes, the Dolphins covered. It was just it was simply too many points, Kevin. It was too many points.
Yeah, it was. But here's one question for you and Eddie. If I'm Buffalo, and I understand that you want to have the ball to start the second half, but you take the ball and you just pound Miami right off the hop. Instead, it's the other way around. They give Miami the ball. Miami scores an opening drive touchdown. I'm there's sometimes I get it.
Yeah,
where you want that
for sure.
But I'm like, as soon as that happened, I said, you know what? Take the ball right off the hop. You got Josh Allen. You got a suspect secondary,
set the tone.
And just go up 7-0.
Especially with their D missing so many crucial guys.
Take the wind out of their sails right off the bat. They're already fragile.
Make them at the match.
They're fragile.
I hear you.
What I would have done.
I hear you.
But anyway, Duke, so you're back in it, baby.
I'm right back in it. Just down a couple now.
3.
Sorry, a few.
Couple is
I'm
2.
down. I'm down a few to get more specific. But yeah, it's an interesting point, Kevin, because I think when teams are at home and they have a raucous crowd, we know they want to keep the crowd in it, and that is easier done on defense than it is on offense. Because when the offense is on the field, you actually want your crowd to be quiet so the communications can be done through and changes the line of scrimmage and all that. It's almost counterintuitive because you would think that making big plays and moving the ball downfield would get the crowd amped up, and it does, but it's also knowledgeable football fans also know to kind of technically keep it a little bit quieter when their offense is on the field. So it's an odd situation in a game like that, but I don't disagree with you at all, actually.
I mean, if it's an opponent coming in that is at your level, because Miami's not at Buffalo's level, I think that's fair to say, then maybe that's what you're doing. But again, I just thought Miami being a fragile team coming in, just give them a headshot right away.
Did last night's effort take any of the heat off of Mike McDaniel's seat?
I think a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think because they played competitive at least in the fire. Since we're talking NFL, quick Seinfeld reference. I'm Kramer right now, boys. Right here. I'm out.
Yes, I know you are.
I'm out.
Why would you take
the
Raiders?
Didn't I take Houston? I think I took I took Houston.
Okay.
And they lost. I'm out by a point. Come on.
Love it.
Out by a point. Jeez, week 2.
You are out.
What a plug loser.
There's $10 I'll never see again.
See you later, Susan.
After I forked over your entry fee.
Man, they lost by a point.
Christmas
Duke,
bonus,
what's
by the
up
way.
with those Texans? Duke, I was listening to you and you swayed me, man.
I've been fielding questions on this all week long about, what's my panic level and all this. They're 0-2. It's not great. It turns this weekend's game against Jacksonville, a divisional game, an opponent that has, is improved, new coach, it turns it into essentially a must-win game for them, especially when the Colts are already 2-0 to start the year. But I remain adamant that the defense will keep them in games. It's just can the offense get it figured out here? It's a new coordinator and almost an entirely new offensive line. It hasn't been pretty through the early going, but I remain steadfast. Hold, diamond hands. You just got to hold. You don't want to sell low.
Coming up right after the break, Justin Rankin, Edmonton Elks running back. Right now, the Elks are at the airport. Their flight takes off at 8 a.m. For Eddie, do they fly to Toronto or do they land in Hamilton? I don't know.
There's a little airport
what they do?
Just up on top of the escarpment there, in Hamilton. They got the little mountain. So it's up top, probably 20 minutes from downtown.
Okay. Mark Spector will be with us coming up at 8 o'clock. Tim Murray from Wiesen, primetime, and the college football tailgate show. We'll check in at 8:20. Alexis Kubicki, this is a good get today. Flyweight international WC champion. She's going to fight tomorrow. This was a match that she took on as a sub-in. The opponent could not make it for the fight that's going to be happening tomorrow against Gabriele Fandora. So the original opponent from Argentina couldn't get across the border or something. And then Kubicki says, yeah, I'll take this fight. So that's tomorrow in California. Weigh-in is today, and like in an hour or, no, it's probably in about 3 hours. Alexis is going to join us right before weigh-in. So that's pretty cool there. Kevin Radomski, Oil Kings, Director of Business Ops, will be in at 9:40. And then it's Friday. That's Golfing with the G-Man. 2 more shows this month. Gary Meyer for the Country Club Tour. We'll have Ollie Deeb from the CCT. He's in charge, or one of the guys in charge of the indoor golf, which is going through the roof right now.
Did you say Kevin Radomski's coming in studio?
I didn't say that, no. Is he coming in studio? Oh, why?
No way.
Why, you guys going to hang around and
Man,
twist?
he's not going to fit in here.
You going to hang around and twist wrists?
No, he's too big to fit in this little thing.
Man, those
big box
pipes.
of a man.
Big pipes. When we come back, Justin Rankin is hanging at the airport, getting ready to take off. He'll join us momentarily. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne on Playlist Friday. Get him in. The Duke will get him on at 833-401-1440. We're also streaming on YouTube and X.
Yeah, can I get a... yes. A common reaction from a veggie lover. Always scanning, searching, longing. But wait, what is this we see? The new McVeggie. Now at McDonald's. A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different. After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. Tomorrow at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels. Family fun that's second to none with Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist. Plus, bracelet making on the concourse. The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home opener tomorrow at 4. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440, Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
And so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
Listen up, because we're about to tell you what nobody else will. There's a serious problem in auto service. The price you expect is almost never the price you pay. Big Toy Shop tells it like it is. No BS, no false inflated bill. It's just the honest service you need, done quickly and done well at a price that doesn't make you feel like a chump. Take your ride to Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road. Call 780-298-2797.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need when you need it 24/7, 365 every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Portions of this hour are brought to you by Nectar.io. Learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 720 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne with you on a Friday morning. It is Feel Good Friday, Playlist Friday. Get those requests in at 833-401-1440, and the Duke will get them on. Tomorrow night, 5 o'clock our time, the Edmonton Elks take on the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the Hammer. Elks come in 5-8. Hamilton 8-5, and we're talking must-win territory for the Elks if they have playoff aspirations. Let's welcome in Justin Rankin back to the program. Edmonton Elks running back. Good morning, Justin. You're with Kevin Karius and the Grey Cup champion, Eddie Steele, with the Elks from 2015. Hey, thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 just ahead of takeoff. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good morning. How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Yeah, we're doing good here. Doing great,
right.
Justin. Are you a good flyer, Justin? What do you do when the
All
wheels
my
go up?
time, I either fall asleep or watch a TV show.
Yeah, and you got to have some shows locked and loaded because this is probably
Yeah.
one of the bigger flights that you guys will have this year.
Yeah, most definitely. I brought a little book with me too, so I might just read that until I fall asleep.
Yeah. Are there some bad flyers on the team, Justin?
I think there's a couple. I know like OJ don't like flying, but I think he just sleeps on there. I'm not sure, but we had some turbulence last time. I was looking for him, seeing if he was freaking out or something.
How about that meal? Do you eat the food?
Depending on what it is, yeah, I'll eat it. They had like some barbecue chicken last time. I definitely ate that.
This is this familiar, Rank? Chicken or beef?
Yeah, chicken.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It's changed a lot, the travel, and I mean how it used to be so commercially. And Eddie, what was it like, Eddie? With you?
Oh man, when I first got in the league, we would fly commercially just with everybody, and you'd have to go through security, and it always added. You had to, for the itinerary, they would add like 2 extra hours on each end because you'd have to go stand with everyone. When you got a team of 40 guys, it just takes such a long time. But long gone are those days, man. You boys are flying nice, man. Flying nice. So I wanted to ask you, just in regards to this game, you got Hamilton locked and loaded. This is what we're claiming. You guys might not see it this way, but we're claiming it as a must win in terms of your season. How you guys feeling inside the building about you're going to come out and perform against Hamilton?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I definitely agree. I think when we talked last time, I thought, back then the games were must win, especially just, obviously with the slow start to the season. We were kind of treating everything like a must-win game, but obviously we didn't perform the way that we wanted to against Toronto. That's in the past, and it's a new week, and we had a good week of practice, and regardless of who the opponent is, we know that we can hang with the best of them. So we just want to come out and put our best foot forward.
Run us back to last week, Justin, against Toronto, where you guys had the game in control till the very end. What was the difference where it got away from you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a game that, we just didn't finish. Normally we're a team that, we fight till the clock hits zero. We normally play very well in the fourth quarter. And, this just wasn't one of those games. And, it's football, right? Like any game can go any way. And, you got to be able to limit your mistakes. We were just at the team at the end of the game that made the more mistakes. And, like I continue to say, like the team that normally makes the most mistakes loses.
Did you feel they boxed it up on you a little bit? You had 27 yards rushing, but 204 the week prior against Calgary. Did the game plan change that you saw that the Argos implemented to you personally?
No, I don't think they did anything crazy. Nothing that we didn't know they would come out and do. I think at the end of the day, they just play more physical than us, right? Like a big thing that we kind of take pride in throughout the year was like just regardless of whether it was a win or loss, like a team was going to feel us. They were going to feel our presence, feel our physicality, and I think that was just a game where, we didn't come out as physical as the other team. And, that's something that we take pride in, that we want to show that we do this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Like we talked about earlier a few weeks back, Rank, complementary football feels so good. When you're an offensive player, a defensive player, and you see the other unit out there making plays, especially the D getting you the rock back, 6 turnovers. How good did that feel on the sideline? Because not only is 6 an above average game, but you guys have been lacking in the turnover department all season. So that must have felt great seeing that, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. Like we're in the facility at practice day in and day out with those guys. So we know what they can do. We know what they're capable of. And, for them to be able to come out and have a game like that, especially after, some of the stuff that, they've been getting all year, like you said, without having a turnover. So for them to be able to come out and show that and show what kind of defense that they are, it's amazing. We've been watching them trend upwards. all year. And I told him, I let him know, like, you guys kept us in that game. You guys were the heart and soul of that game. And that's an amazing, like you said, amazing feeling to be on the sideline and be able, like, man, even though we didn't score this drive, like we believe that they're going to get the ball back and get a stop.
Edmonton Elks running back Justin Rankin with us on the Kevin Karius Show with Eddie Steele on Sports 1440. Hey, Justin, are you the type of guy that looks and knows the standings? You know where you guys are. You know who's ahead of you. You've maybe looked at the possibility of a crossover, or are you not that type of guy?
I mean, I'm not, like, it's not keeping me up at night, like, thinking about it, right? But, obviously, like, we know about it. We talk about it. It's something that you got to kind of keep in your mind, because if not, right, like, you're not playing these games like they're must win. And the reality of the situation is, like, they're must win games. And, you got to play a little harder in must win games. You got to give a little bit more in must win games where, there's some teams, you got to ask, like, they're in the playoffs, right? Like, they're not playing must win games. So, you kind of got guys that, not saying they're not playing hard, but, you got to play a little bit. You got a little chip on your shoulder when it's a must win game. So you kind of got to know who's ahead of you, where you're standing at, and, what it takes to be able to, like, get back in that playoff, talk. So
this game, in the locker room, I would consider this a get back game myself, because the way you guys had lost to Hamilton last time out, I mean, you guys were a catch away. You got to be salivating, looking to get yours this week.
Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of guys, in the locker room. We've talked about it. We feel that way. Like I said before, we can play with the best of them. And this is one of the best teams, and we showed that we were able to, play with them. It didn't fall our way at the end of the day. And like you said, this is a game for us to be able to prove that we can compete. We can win games like this.
With the roster rank being a little banged up, especially on defense, how have you maybe looked at the guys that have stepped up? And I mean, I interviewed Kenny yesterday, because he's probably going to fill in for Royce Mechie again, but a lot of Nick Anderson, all these guys getting a little banged up, but maybe just touch on how the guys that are the next man up have stepped up.
Yeah, I mean, it's professional football, right? Like, everybody's good up here, from the practice squad to the active roster. Just because you're in PR doesn't mean that, you're worse than the guy that's ahead of you. It's just all about opportunity, and a lot of these guys are getting an opportunity. And, I think that, the whole league is seeing, like, man, just because I'm on PR doesn't mean that, I'm not as good as the guy in front of me, right? Like, just take advantage of the opportunity, be ready when the opportunity comes. I think that's the biggest thing. And, I'm super proud of the guys that have stepped up and, fully taken advantage and showed how ready they are, even being a PR. That's huge resilience to them, like, huge shout out to them for continuing to stay ready regardless of, whether they're getting their opportunity or not.
Mm-hmm. Rank, I just want to ask you about the itinerary for the day. So you guys will be up in the air here soon. We'll just say, for even numbers, say you leave at 8 o'clock here in a half hour.
Yeah.
About a 4-hour flight that gets you 12 plus 2 hours because you're in Hamilton out east. So it's 2 o'clock. What are you going to do for the rest of the day? And some coaching staffs are different. Does Mark Killam get you guys having a team meeting at the end of the night just to keep everybody in the hotel under one roof? Or what's the schedule for you guys?
Yeah, we'll have, like, once we land, the day's kind of yours. And then, we'll have a little meeting at night, and then, head to bed and stuff like that. But, I'll just go out to eat with the old linemen. They always know where the good food is at. So, just kind of roll with them.
Smart man. Smart man.
You notice he never said the D lineman, Eddie?
No, man, it's got to be that way. Because, that's a unit, right? As much as Rank, he's a running back, but the O-line and the way the running backs and the quarterbacks, all those guys in the box, they operate together. So that's good that they go and bond, and he needs them as much as they need him.
Yeah, no kidding. Justin Rankin with us, Edmonton Elks running back out of Northwest Missouri State. We talked a little bit about your college days last time we talked, Rank, but who would be the Bearcats' biggest rival for Northwest Missouri?
Shoot. I'm be honest. I don't even know. I was only there for a year. I'm not even sure who the rival was. We didn't really have a rival. I guess in the playoffs it would be like Ferris State. They normally always lose to Ferris, but I don't think there was never really like a big rivalry game.
Yeah, because it always seems to be a big deal. But so when you were just there a year, did you know about the school, the program, the history? It's pretty successful Div 2 school.
Yeah, I learned about it. Like when I went on my visit, they sat me down, told me all about it. I did some of the research and stuff like that about it. I mean, it's like one of the most winningest programs, in just the history of football, which is kind of crazy. It's pretty dope school. I like it. It's real football oriented. The whole town. We used to play games the whole time and shut down.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool to be around.
Yeah, 29 consecutive winning seasons for the Bearcats, Eddie. The mark with 37 straight winning seasons before they transitioned to the FCS back in 20 years ago or something like that. So the history's there for sure.
Mhm.
History's there.
Hey, Rank, when you're looking at the Hamilton defense here that you guys got in front of you, how are you guys going to be able to exploit them? And what are probably some of the strengths of their defense that you guys got to be leery of?
Yeah, I mean they got some good interior guys. Like they got some good D linemen. You got Reggie. Reggie's their little party starter. He's a good football player. You got Peters out there on the edge. That's a big guy. He's hit me a couple times. He's not a corner that's afraid to hit, afraid to cover. So they got guys that are physical, right? And I think the biggest thing is like matching that and exceeding their physicality. I don't think we have to do anything special. I think the biggest thing is like be more physical, right? Like you dominate that defensive line, the offensive line, like and you just running the ball down their throat and then passing it over top. I mean that wears and tears the defense down, in the fourth quarter. So. As long as we're just more physical up front, I think that we'll have a great chance to be able to come out with a W.
What have you thought about your offensive line? Carter O'Donnell comes in, Beard and Cordy have been switching from center to guard at times this year. Is it taking longer for this unit to gel, maybe, or what do you think?
No, I mean, we had some injuries. We had guys banged up throughout the year. Nobody's talking about it. We're not complaining about it. It is what it is. It's football, right? Like you said, marking, David have had to switch positions a couple of times, but I think they're doing a good job, right? Like everybody has bad games every now and then. I haven't played the best games all the time. Like there's blocks I missed, there's routes I mess up on, there's holes that I miss. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's complaining about it. It's football, right? I believe in those guys. I believe in them from day one. I still believe in them, regardless of what the media says, what anybody's saying on the outside. Like, those are my guys, right? And they play damn good football. And, I believe in them, regardless of what the last film looked like, what the last play looked like. We got some good guys up front. And I think we showed that. There's been games where we've dominated and, they look phenomenal, right? But, nobody's overhyping them when they look phenomenal. Just kind of want to, kick them when they're down, right? But, we believe in them, and that's the biggest thing. That's the only thing that really matters is that the guys that are inside our circle believe in what they do.
Hey, Rank, I said this to you a couple weeks back on Elks Nation when we were filming the pod. I love the mentality. I love the way that you just want to go out there and be physical. And you just said it here a minute ago. That's what you have to go and do is out physical and dominate, because that's exactly how I aligned when I played, man. But, man, you're a hell of a leader. Yeah. You are a hell of a leader. You're a heck of a good interview. And I can just tell the passion that oozes from you, and you see it through your play. So keep doing you, man, and keep leading these troops, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Seriously, that means a lot.
And I think I heard first call in the background there at the airport, Rank. We don't want you missing the flight. That wouldn't be good, would it?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. We definitely about to get ready to go.
All right, Justin, thanks so much for coming on. Safe travels and best of luck tomorrow in the Hammer.
Heck yeah, I appreciate y'all. You have a good one.
Yeah, that's Justin Rankin. 715 rushing yards this year, 5 touchdowns, 541 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns.
Nice.
It's a hell of a season.
Yep.
He's having a great year.
Considering everything as well.
Well, exactly.
Just that's a great year, but then you look at everything as a whole, and it's an even better year.
Mm-hmm. So that's the final game of week number 16 in the CFL tomorrow night at 5 our time. In the afternoon, Winnipeg is in Ottawa. And that's one of those games where, well, maybe you're hoping for Ottawa here.
Oh, no, maybe for sure you're hoping for Ottawa.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to see Chris Strevler go and poop the bed.
I'm kidding. BC and Calgary tonight. That's the second game of the doubleheader. Maybe you're hoping for Calgary. Hey, Eddie?
Never bleed red.
You are hoping for Calgary. And things kick off tonight, 5 o'clock our time with Montreal and Toronto. Looks like old Nick Arbuckle's not going to play.
So yeah, who is going to be up?
I
saw that Arby. It's going to be
Daigie's playing, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Daigie starts for Toronto, Montreal 6 and 7. Argos 5-8. Massive game if you're talking about the possibility of second place. To be honest with you, Eddie, if Montreal were to win that game and say the Elks win tonight, Montreal's still sniffing around first place.
It's a lot that can happen.
There is a lot that can happen.
CFL, baby. Love it.
Text line. This is the best text we've had all day. The real Duke texted in. He wants a request from the request line, 833-401-1440. Morning, team. Friday playlist request. Freddie Fender, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. It's a great song. Have you ever heard it?
No.
Okay.
Never Freddie Fender.
Freddie Fender, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. And then it is hashtag 8085.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So get this. I'm at the Bethany group, a big nursing home seniors organization out of Camrose. They have a lot of facilities. And I've been doing business with them for quite some time, their maintenance department. But they have this wonderful, wonderful lady, Heather, as their admin, sitting in the maintenance office. Like, wonderful, sweet, sweet woman. And I walk in there a couple weeks back, and she looks at me, just talks so gently too. And my husband said, "How's your 85?" Just out of nowhere, caught me out of nowhere. I said, "Dang, Heather, you're throwing daggers at me." Like she caught me out of nowhere with this. This is in Camrose, KK, right? And her husband clearly is a listener, and it was so good. Like it was so good, but out of nowhere, man.
I actually saw Min Dariwal, who you've been golfing with on Tuesday at the Oilers event, the Barry Cates tournament at Glendale. And
what did he say?
Well, he said, "Boy, that Eddie's a good guy. I love golfing with him. And I said, then I told him the story that you said, Min, and who are the other guys? A couple other.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
slew
them.
of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Lax are in there.
Yeah, and then Eddie was, like I said to him, that you guys start talking Swahili or whatever it is. I don't know.
They get going. And
then Eddie said, like, I don't understand a word that's going on.
Hey, buddy, they get going.
Yeah.
Man, they said, did I tell you what one of them said? So I hit a big drive. I thought I told you this. Maybe it was a different group of people. I hit a big drive when I played with a whole bunch of them. And a whole bunch of them being a bunch of East Indian fellas.
Yeah.
And I hit a bomb, and Min's like, "Holy, Eddie, you cranked a bomb." And another guy leans over, "Careful, don't say that too loud." It was funny, man. It was hilarious.
When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts. And again, the requests are filling in. So get them in. Duke will get them on. 833-401-1440. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440, and we're streaming on YouTube and X.
Work never gets done by standing around. You have to put your words into action. And that's exactly what GS Construction does every single day. Our priorities are safety first, quality second, efficiency third. GS Construction works hard. It's true. But first comes the care, the planning, and the people. Underground infrastructure isn't just about machines and trenches and some traffic inconveniences. It's about doing things right. Find out more on what we do. Visit gsconstruction.ca.
God said, "I need somebody to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, go to town, and stay all night at a meeting of the school board." So God made a farmer.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We are so thankful God made a farmer. For the month of September, it is our goal to feed 500 families. With every vehicle sold, we will feed a family of 4. So please help us reach our goal. Visit us online at northgategm.com.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Blue Jays fans, this weekend and every weekend, you can catch Toronto Blue Jays ball games right here on Sports 1440. Ben Schulman provides the play-by-play. You provide the chips and beer. Check out the Blue Jays this weekend on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
Friday, September 26th. Get ready for a one-of-a-kind experience with 2 of hockey's most legendary enforcers. Century Casino Edmonton presents an evening with Marty McSorley and Kevin McClelland. Hosted by Louis DeBrusque, they'll take the stage for an unfiltered night of stories, laughs, and memories. Hockey legends Marty McSorley and Kevin McClelland at Century Casino, Edmonton. Friday, September 26th. Hurry, get your tickets now from Ticketmaster.
Hi, I'm Jeff Davison, CEO of the Prostate Cancer Center. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Here in Alberta, 1 in 6 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. But if caught early, it's one of the most treatable forms of cancer. The Prostate Cancer Center is committed to saving lives by providing free PSA blood testing on our man van, Alberta's only mobile men's health clinic. This September, talk to the men in your life about getting checked for prostate cancer. A simple blood test could save a life. Visit getcheck.ca to find a clinic near you.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and you'd think that as a used RV expert, I'd be a real do-it-yourself guy. Oh, I know all the dirty and grungy stuff that has to be done to keep your quality used RV healthy, and I actually don't like doing it. That's why I hired a whole service team at No Bull. I get to talk about it on TikTok, and they get their hands dirty.
Gotta be some perks to being the boss, Rick.
That's right, Bob. It's only fair that I share it with everyone, which is why we created our Camp Ready Club. Here's how it works. For one low monthly cost of just $30, we'll do your spring opening, fall closing, and all your regular scheduled maintenance on your used RV.
Plus, club members get priority discounts and perks as well.
You know it, Bob. Camp Ready means you've got everything you need. But if you require service or repair during the peak summer season, Camp Ready members go to the front of the line to get you back to the great outdoors faster.
And that's No Bull. NoBullRV.ca.
And Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:43 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you on a Friday morning with Eddie Steele. And we've got Josh Fenwick and no sign of Sam the Record Man yet this morning. Duke, is he?
Sam's taking the afternoon shift today. Ooh. Gregor's on location out at the new rink.
Is he?
In Spruce.
Yep.
So Sam's going to come in with Connor in the afternoon and kind of learn how the tie line works and kind of get a different feel for it. And it's a little bit easier to do some teaching, coaching because our setup of our studio, there's no glass here between the producers and stuff. So trying to talk to the interns in the middle of the show can be difficult at times. Yeah. So it's kind of a unique situation that should provide a nice 4-hour learning window for young Sam, the intern.
I don't think on low tide anyway, and he hasn't been with Gregor yet, but on low tide show, they're not calling him Sam the Record Man, are they, Josh? A little bit here and there? Oh, a little bit sometimes.
Josh calls him that.
Confirmed.
And
well, I was very impressed.
He even made it his Twitter handle.
Sam the Record Man.
That's so he must.
How old is Sam?
20, 21, 20.
Sam the Record Man. Manny texts in. I respect that Elks players are working men, boy. I used to cash my paycheck every week next to a player at the bank teller. He was playing because he loved it. There you go, Eddie.
That's the love of the game up here in the CFL. I always tell people NFL stands for not for long, because quick turnover rate. CFL, come for less.
What else we got cooking here on the text line? Good catch there, Duke. When we talked to Alexis Kubicki, Doug texted in and said, "Is that fight on TV? Is it televised?" And Duke says, "Yes, it is on DAZN." I didn't know.
DAZN.
DAZN.
DAZN. Yeah, it's a streaming service. I use it to watch football because it's essentially like NFL Sunday Ticket available here. There's some soccer on there over the weekend stuff. It's a pretty good service. It's not necessarily free of problems or glitches and things, but all the tweets I've seen about Alexis's fight is that it's going to be on DAZN. So I'm looking forward to it. As a subscriber, I might as well put some of my money to use there and check it out.
Well, good stuff. Blue Jays split with Tampa Bay, lost 4-0 yesterday morning. 3 back. The Yankees are now, right now. The Yankees are humming.
They're
Look
just
out.
6 back just a couple days ago.
I know,
It's
but
amazing.
I know New York and the Yankees have a really easy schedule here. 9 games left. They got Baltimore and they got the White Sox. The Jays open up in KC tonight for 3. It's going to be Max Scherzer on the hill for Toronto tonight. Again, the Yankees, they got 3 in Baltimore, day off Monday, and then they're home for the last 6. Chicago White Sox and Baltimore at Yankee Stadium.
That's cake.
Yeah. Blue Jays in Kansas City. Then they are home to Boston, and then they got Tampa Bay again. Do you know how the pitching is set up here down? So it's going to be Max Scherzer today, Bieber, and then Trey Savage. If this works out, there's a possibility Savage could throw the last game of the year. Do you think that would count for something? Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, they need him to keep throwing like he's been throwing, right? That's
but just
that's what
look at
they need.
where the starting rotation goes. And I mean, they're hoping. They would hope that they have something wrapped. They want the division, obviously. Anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's safe to say they're going to make the playoffs.
for sure. But you want the division. That's what I'm looking at
Yeah.
too. When I'm looking at New York 3 games back, playoffs, that's, you're
Like tonight-
going to assume they're there.
Kansas City's going with a guy by the name of Michael Lorenzen, who's been a pig all year. He's been pretty bad. Noah Cameron tomorrow, who's a rookie and has pitched actually quite well. And then Michael Wacha on Sunday. We'll see how, and the Jays have Bieber and Savage after Scherzer. So,
Should slide through KC with relative ease, and then Boston and Tampa again. You guys were right too. You said Tampa's pesky.
well, they are. And I mean, it's great that the Jays won those first 2 games, and they were close games. All these games were close except for yesterday. 4-0. Every game was decided by 1 run, I believe.
It was tight.
10 extra innings.
It was tight.
2.
Exactly.
So, Schwackhammer's laughing at you. NFL No Fun League. Text Jumpin' Jack Flash. He doesn't just request one every week, Duke, does he? Jumpin' Jack Flash.
I usually try and pick one from his little playlist
his
of his
gamut.
own that he sends in. I got one of them to get in today. He managed to sneak in on time. So,
yeah,
Jumpin' Jack Flash will get his wish today.
A lot of talk about Stu Skinner at Oilers training camp and how he has dropped a couple of pounds. It's funny. Did you know, Eddie, that there was a misprint in the training camp guide? Did you hear that?
205.
Yeah. And then everyone was like,
whoa,
what did he turned
25
into
pounds.
Bobby Sands and went on a hunger strike here? Or
Boy,
what?
lean out here.
I don't know, like, as a former pro athlete, maybe just touch on that about reshaping your body a little bit. Maybe, you get some guys. I remember this story too. This is a long time ago. Alish Hemsky was here and he was a little pudgy. He was a little pudgy. And this is a 100% true story. In the off season, it was probably in August. Hammer comes back and he is at a Eskimos football game. And Craig McTavish, head coach, is there. And they walk by and Mac T's look, they're walking by each other and Hammer goes, "Hi, Mac T." And Mac T looked at him and didn't recognize him.
He's that big.
He got into that. He transformed his body where, he probably lost a little on the cheeks and this and that.
Oh, so this is post.
This is,
was on the other side.
Oh, 4 months later.
Okay,
Hadn't seen him in
okay.
4 months. So that is a 100% true story. So maybe just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think it's a positive thing. And what's one of the major knocks that we have seen, heard via the text line when it comes to Stu Skinner is mobility, right? Like, he's pretty big frame, but post to post, we've seen him get beat on wraparounds and just slow mobility getting across the crease. So I really think that shedding some weight, because he's not shrinking, he's only losing weight because he's a huge frame, huge body. I think that's going to bode well for him in terms of that mobility, in terms of the explosiveness. I think that it's going to be a good thing, to be honest. And he's a goalie, so you can afford it. It's not like he's a skater out there where, you lose 15 pounds and you're light as a feather now with some of these guys. It's a completely different ballgame when it comes to a goalie.
Yeah. and it's in Speck's article. We'll talk to Speck about it at the top of the hour. The quote is, I just felt better and better as my weight went down. Let my body just reset, feel whatever size it feels that it's good at. Gave up some sugar and just dialed in my fitness. And he says, he goes, my body likes me at 215. So he was at about 230.
And when it comes to that too, with the body, it does show a certain level of dedication that Stu Skinner has to be able to make the tough choices, like to give up sugar and to do the challenging things to be his best. And I think that we will see a better version of Stu Skinner this year. I really do.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. Did you ever like have to go down in weight or anything like that?
No,
you were going up more, right?
Yeah, and I found my sweet spot. I played, so for example, I would play some seasons in the 90s, like 292, but I always played my best at 275 to 280, and that would be considered light. But I felt quicker,
right?
And that's the big reason is I was always still strong, but so stopping the run was nothing for me, KK. Yeah. Pass rushing, I wanted to feel quicker and twitchier and a little more mobile out there.
When you retired, and because man, I see Matt O'Donnell, I go, I can't, this guy's looks like
lean, like a basketball player.
Yeah, and he was. But for you, what foods or whatever did you have to give up that you went like, or you had to watch?
Yeah, I never gave anything up because I still love everything. Moderation, KK. You can have a little bit of everything. You can't ever outwork a bad diet. So that's one thing you can't do, but you can have a little bit of everything. You can have fun. You can have healthy, but for the most part, I'm 80% healthy, and then 20% trash when it comes to food, meat and greens, meat and veg. That's all I eat. You eat the same out of the garden, fresh meat and fresh fruits and veggies. And that's the way to go, man.
Yeah. Quick text from Andre here. Hey, Kevin, why don't we hear Sports 1440 talk about the Women's Rugby World Cup? Ladies are playing today at noon in the semis against New Zealand. Just asking. Thanks a lot. Great show, Andre, PGA. Duke responded, we tried to get a few different guests on this week to talk about it. Never heard anything back, and that's the truth, Andre. We did discuss this yesterday because we wanted to find out the exact time of the game because it's in England. And we talked about it, the fact that this is one win away from the Canadian women.
And this is big.
They have not had great success against New Zealand, until recently. Last year, beat them. This year, earlier on in the year, tied them. So there is a good opportunity. And this is a game, I want to watch this game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things is that fear of New Zealand's not there anymore. They know that they can crack that code. There's confidence with the Canada unit. And, typically in those historically dominant rugby nations, like in New Zealand, you get going doing the haka and everything before the game, and it can get you a little intimidated. That's not there for this Canada unit.
Well, when you look at, and I've done more reading on this team here. Jen Kish was one of the first interviews I did here a long time ago. She played on the national team, and we were trying to get Jen on again, but we just didn't have any luck. The one thing that's different about this team than in years past going into a game like this is experience. This Canadian team has 553 caps going into this game, and then 338 on the bench.
Wow.
So that is experience. The Black Ferns in this game, 403 for their starters and 160 for bench players.
Wow, it's a lot
more.
So
that tells me that the experience, and it's just taken some time and years and effort and building to get this team to where it's knocking on the door to be a World Cup champion. And when you say that in rugby, with South Africa, England, New Zealand, man, it's a big
deal.
Big deal. When we come back, top of the hour will be Mark Spector from Rogers Sports. Then we'll talk a little maybe more about Stu Skinner, Zach Hyman, Oilers training camp. We've got Tim Murray from V's in Primetime and the CFB Tailgate Show. We'll go in or out with Eddie Steele. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Alexis Kubicki will check in from California ahead of her big boxing match tomorrow. A weigh-in is about 3-4 hours away, and Alexis is gladly joining us right before weigh-in. Kevin Radomski, Gary Meyer, Ali Deeb, all coming up as the program progresses. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Nectar.io, transforming field data into boardroom insights. Nectar.io is the all-in-one solution for your fleet safety, time tracking, and materials management needs. Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Thursday Night Football from Western New York. The Bills hold on to beat the Dolphins 31-21. Josh Allen, 213 yards through the air and 3 passing touchdowns. James Cook tacking on a score on the ground as well. From the majors yesterday, the Blue Jays fall in their finale to the Rays 4-0. They split that series down in Tampa. Elsewhere, Tigers losing to the Guardians 3-1. Mets get past the Padres 6-1. Red Sox drop another to the Athletics 5-3. Mariners tie now in first place in the AL West with a 2-0 win over the Kansas City Royals. Brewers over the Angels 5-2. And the Dodgers top the Giants 2-1. Sticking with the Dodgers, 3-time NL Cy Young winner, 2014 NL MVP, and 11-time All-Star Clayton Kershaw announcing that he will be retiring at the conclusion of this season, set to make his final regular season start later on today. Sticking in Los Angeles, Anze Kopitar, Kings captain, also announcing that this upcoming season will be his last, about to be his 20th with the club. 2-time Stanley Cup winner, 3 Selke trophies, 3 Lady Bings, and 5-time All-Star. In the WNBA last night, pair of playoff games. Aces topping the Storm 74-73 to win the series 2-1. And Indiana, without Caitlin Clark, beating the Dream 87-85. They take that series also 2-1. Coming up in hour 2 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector, as well as Tim Murray from VSiN at Primetime and the College Football Tailgate Show. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round, and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
You want to watch the only TV show that focuses on North America's original extreme sport? Then check out Horse Warriors. It's a bunch of young braves risking their lives racing horses. But it's also a lot more than that. It's a celebration of our indigenous spirit. It's on APTN. It's called Horse Warriors, and it's real good. Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You're going to love these Warriors.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 8:01 in Edmonton. It is Feel Good Friday, Playlist Friday, 833-401-1440. Get them in, Duke will get them on. Time now for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet, Buick GMC. In September, Northgate Chevrolet is helping feed families. For every truck sold, they will feed a family of 4. Farmers and small business owners as well get preferred rates in September. Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you as we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec.
What's going on, boys? How's Friday treating you?
I just gave Eddie a homemade cabbage roll that was sort of left over in the fridge. He thought it was phenomenal.
How leftover was it?
Well, I didn't make it this morning.
Give it a couple hours, Eddie. You'll find out.
Boy, it was tasty, but now he was using terms like fermented and whatnot. How leftover was it,
Listen,
KK?
you could have those things in the fridge after that fermentation, Eddie, for a long time.
I trust you.
Yeah, no, you'll enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. I'll know come 9 o'clock, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, Spec, I mean, you guys make lots of cabbage rolls. You're in Shelka, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not getting to be that time of year. We were talking last night about making some pierogies. It's September, it's fall. That's when you start making this stuff. I'm not a big, I don't eat all that stuff all summer, but now it's fall, right? Got Thanksgiving coming, you got Christmas coming. So guess we're back at her a little bit here, boys.
For some reason, I look at Eddie Speck and I just feel he doesn't trust me for some reason now.
I wouldn't trust you either.
Yes, you would, Speck. Come on.
Especially with the couple times I've scared Kevin around here, Spec. I've almost dropped him. I've kind of felt a little nervous. I can't be scaring him the way I do in the hallways.
Whatever.
Well, he is older, like.
Speaking of eating and diet, Spec, that was a little gist of an article with Stu Skinner with you.
Yeah. So I would ask Eddie, you're an athlete. Like there's always I've seen guys who come to camp putting on a bunch of weight. Hey, I put on 10 pounds of muscle, and we hear it every year. We've heard it this year around the league, and frankly, a lot of times it doesn't work out in this sport, in hockey anyway. Like guys get too big, they get tied up, they're not as effective. And I would say to you, if a goaltender's Eddie, if a goaltender loses 15 pounds, like the way Stu Skinner did, but he's still wearing the same gear, so he's no smaller in the net. I would think in the kind of position a goalie is playing, I like a little bit lighter goalie. What do you think?
That's exactly what I was saying. And my question back to you, Spec, would be, what's one of the biggest knocks that people have had when it comes to Stu's game?
It's the analytics people tell you it's east-west, right?
Yeah. The mobility, exactly.
Post to post,
post to post, the mobility. We've seen him get beat on, simple wraparounds far too often. So I personally do think shedding that weight, and I made the point that you just did as well, that he's a huge frame. It's not like his frame is shrinking. So you lose a little bit of weight, allows you to be more agile, maybe a little more explosive, and I think it'll bode well for his game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe probably trim that mustache, lose a pound or two, eh?
That's a big duster.
Do you ever have a duster like that, Spec?
No. I've had a mustache and a beard and stuff, but it doesn't get, there's no way. These guys that grow these ZZ top beards, my buddy Wilbur down at Vivo's, I saw him the other night. He's got that big long beard that goes straight down like a drape. I could never grow that beard. Like I just could not grow that beard.
Well, it's funny. I saw a clip from Dave Letterman. I think it was last night.
Yeah.
And his is well kept. He's got her nice. And
oh yeah.
Well, Joe Thornton.
Thornton. Those are
they're using product.
Exactly, yeah.
They're using product in there.
Beard grease.
Yeah, no Latvian grows that beard. At least not this Latvian.
Anyway, your conversation with Stu. Anything else? Catch your eye?
No, I mean, he's, I did say to him that like he's always goes to the Grant Fear School where the only number that matters is wins. But he
Mhm.
was down 10 wins last year, right? His goals against went up and his save percentage went down and his wins went down. And I said, like, I know you're not a huge numbers guy, but I said, did you look? What do you think of that? He says, oh, I noticed. Like, don't kid yourself. Every guy notices when his numbers aren't as good year over year. So, listen, I'm not going to, like, I've been very supportive of Stu Skinner. My prediction this year is that he's going to have a quite a bounce back year. I'm not captaining the guy's fan club here, but I look at my history around the game, guys I've watched, guys I've seen. Okay. This is a goalie. He's got 3 years in the National Hockey League. 3 years. That's it. 3 full-time years as a National Hockey League goalie. He's been a Calder finalist. He's been to an all-star game, and he's taken his team to 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Now he's 26, and he's about to enter his prime as a goalie. A goalie doesn't enter his prime until the back end of his 20s. I can't think if this was Dustin Wolf in 3 years, if this was Thatcher Demko, if this was any other goalie, I would look at him and say he is poised to take a step. And his career, like his game, is going to go north from here. Anyone who's accomplished that much in the first 3 years of the National Hockey League, I think I'll have that guy on my team and I'll watch him get better. And I think that's where Stu Skinner's standing right now.
Well, the other thing here, Spec, is that, I mean, people forget when he signed his last deal, he was signed to be the backup.
Yeah.
That's the way it was.
Yeah, well, again, a goalie that's played 3 years in the league is a baby. Guys, come on. A baby. And look what he's experienced. Like, let's forget about how it went. Let's just talk about the experience. The guy's played in whatever the number is. In the last few years, he's played in 4, 8, 1, 2. I guess he's played in 10 series in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
How many goalies in the league got 10 series in? Sergei Bobrovsky, name the next one. So this experience in this goalie, he's fit, he's healthy, he's got a great head in his shoulders. He's not getting bent and wrecked by the pressure in this city, which is good. I just feel like he's lined up to be a pretty valuable goaltender here in the back end of his 20s.
Well, he's almost at 100 wins already career.
And just to add to everything you said in terms of being bent and wrecked by the pressure, for a local product.
Yeah, right, Eddie. Good point.
Because that boy, I know if I was in Winnipeg and I had a bad game, if I was playing for the Bombers, I'd be reading the clippings and I'd be a head case. And this is on steroids out here compared to being in Winnipeg for the Blue Bombers.
Yeah.
Mark Spector with us, Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele on Sports 1440. I found the news with Zach Hyman yesterday, Spec, highly concerning.
Really?
Yes. I've talked to a lot of guys in town too, Spec, and people that are close to the situation. And the funny thing is that when they heard this news yesterday, because think about what, Stan Bowman did say, oh yeah, we're not too concerned about Zach at all. And then a day later, they come out and say, well, he's not going to play till November. The people that I talked to were saying, no, this is what we expected. And we expect it to be longer too than November 1st, Spec.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'd say to you, the thing that I worry most for is his, if he had dreams of playing for the Olympic team, this puts a big dent in it.
They're done.
He's going to spend November catching up. Then he'll spend December playing, and it's a short window of peak Zach Hyman to try to make that team. So that'll hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the Edmonton Oilers, I feel like he's a 33-year-old player who's going to miss a month of hockey at the start of the season. I don't mind that. He's skating right now. I watched him skate yesterday. Skating great. Looks like a normal player. He's handling the puck like a normal player. He's just not shooting it yet. The cast is off. He's on the ice. Honestly, again, I'm no doctor. I just go by all the guys I've covered in all my years.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this situation, I don't have a great deal of worry by any means. I don't know what brings you this grave concern, Dr. Karius.
Just people that have discussed things about it that are closer to the situation than most. How does that sound?
Well,
I know I'm being ambiguous here, Spec, but let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens in 1 month, because there were expectations, and I mean, if you listen to what Stan Bowman and some others had said, before and during Stan's availability, that October 8th wasn't, that wasn't a concern for Stan, was it? When he said on his opening remarks,
no, I wouldn't say that. I would say that he said I believe the quote was basically if he misses a little time, it's not going to be a ton of time. I have no concern that he's going to, I'm paraphrasing. The no concern was, I have no concern that this thing's going to wreck his season or he's going to miss a ton of time. He did not promise he'd be back on October 8th. No, he did not make that promise.
Okay, well, we'll see. It's going to be at 6 weeks from now till November 1st, right?
Yeah, and when did he have this injury? Like started June?
End of May. Yeah, surgery was in June. And again, they need this guy, man. Oh, like he's the heartbeat of this team. I said to Eddie, remember, if you look at that video, Spec, and go back to after the first Stanley Cup loss, and you saw how distraught everyone was, and we saw it on the video. He's the voice of reason in the dressing room. He's the guy that's saying, I know we are going to get back here. I know we are going to get back here. Like, he is that guy in that room.
I don't know. I think he's one of the guys. I think what makes you a good team is you got a bunch of those guys. Like, a couple things here. Losing an older player at the start of the season, I just want to, if I'm the Oilers, I just want to know I got him for the second half of the season. That's the most important thing for me.
Okay.
Second half of the season in playoffs. If I lose him in October and even part of November, big deal. They got lots of guys. They'll figure it out. There's a pretty large, strong, good veteran leadership group on this team now. There's, you can go through the guys, Ekholm and Nurse and McDavid and Draisaitl are both late 20s now. And, they got guys that have been around here. Kulak's been around a long time. Like, I get it. Hyman carries his share of the load, but I wouldn't portray him as, they're not going to be in a leadership void if Zach Hyman's not in their room for a couple months. So listen, let's see where it goes. I'm not nearly as concerned about this thing as you are. Maybe you know more about it than I do. But
we'll see what happens.
The player I saw skating yesterday didn't look like it was going to be a big problem.
I just hope he's back as soon as possible. I can't wait to see him back and playing at the level that he was, prior to the injury and, even 2 years ago. If you get something in the middle, Spec, from 2 years to last year, you got a hell of a player.
Yep. Fair enough.
Was sticking with the on-ice showings of yesterday, Spec, Connor McDavid said in the media avail that this was one of their better practices in, I believe, a couple of years now. Is that just feeding lip service, or did the guys actually look like they had some really good jump? Was it a crisp, sharp practice?
Yeah, the first day of practice is always it is crisp, Eddie. It is a bunch of guys who it's their first practice with the team. The coaches are watching. The kids who are trying to make an impression, like, they come out shot out of a cannon, right? You've been to these camps.
Yeah.
First day at camp, man, no one's going to have a lackluster first day at camp. Come on. So honestly, like, I don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that McDavid's BSing us. It was a nice practice, but I think this is Connor McDavid setting a tone here. This is Connor McDavid doing his best to set his team up to have a positive start to the season and have be in the right mindset. And hey, there's no hangover here. We're having great practices. We're ready to start the season in a great mood. I think Connor's just setting a tone as a leader should, as a captain should, right? I remember going into the dressing room when I was very fortunate. I covered all those Canucks years when they were good and they went to the Cup the one year. They went to a Western Conference final, all that stuff. They'd play brutal. They'd get beat. You'd go into the room and Henrik and Daniel Sedin would always be there. Like, when they lost, they were in the room every single time. When they won, they'd take a night off the odd time. But when they lost, Eddie, the two Sedin brothers, they were in there every time to meet the media. And you talk to those Sedins, And you go in there thinking, man, the Canucks got stomped. They weren't very good. That this was bad. That sucked. And by the time you walked out of there after talking to Henrik and Daniel, you go, hey, wasn't that bad. And you know what? Maybe they played better than I thought. And that was part of their role, was to get everybody turning a page. And for Connor, it's turning the page on last year and getting positive and thinking good things. And that's what he's doing as a captain. And that's what he should do as a captain.
Spec, good stuff. Day 2 today. Coach Al just texted in, said Elliot Friedman's Civil War beard during the COVID year was great.
Oh, boy. Forgot about that.
That was something. He kind of looked like David Letterman a little bit, didn't he?
All right, guys, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Elks playing on Saturday. Looking forward to it.
You betcha. That's Mark Spector on the mark. Brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC, powered by Northgate. This truck's for you. Check them out at northgategm.com.
Now I get blasted for, my ties and stuff like that. Now, one guy I have no issue saying looks very disheveled on air is Elliot Friedman.
I thought you were saying
Boy, sometimes he looks a mess out there, man. Hair all messy. And I know these guys put in long hours and it's late, it's 1, 2 in the morning. But man, sometimes he looks real sloppy on
right
air.
Before they pass it off to Scott Oaken after hours, it's like what, 1:30 there?
Yeah, it's
1 o'clock,
late,
and
man.
they're like, they just finished the double header, and it's
just the care factor is gone.
I think that sometimes over the years there's been a couple of pops had.
Oh, come on, for sure.
You have to. When we come back, we will check in with Tim Murray from Wiesn Primetime CFB Tailgate Show. That's coming up right after the break. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube and X.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different. After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. Tomorrow at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels. Family fun that's second to none with Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist. Plus, bracelet making on the concourse. The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home opener tomorrow at 4. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440, Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
And so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
That's the sound of the Harley you've been dreaming about. And this is the sound of opportunity knocking. And it's coming from Harley-Davidson of Edmonton.
Our end of season sale is on, and we're clearing the floor with unbelievable prices on a huge selection of pre-owned bikes. This is your moment to own the legend.
Find your dream machine at Harley-Davidson of Edmonton on the Yellowhead Trail. Locally owned and operated by the Kent family and celebrating 45 years.
It's not about calendars or even thermometers. At Sherwood Honda, summer doesn't end till you take your foot off the gas. There's still so much driving to do, and not just the obligations. Beach days, getaways, just out cruising for fun? Sherwood Honda has fuel-efficient, dependable SUVs, hybrids, and crossovers to keep summer rolling till you're ready to put it in park. So if you still want summer, you sure would find your key to some more at Sherwood Honda.
Are you relying on credit cards to make ends meet? Are you making just the minimum payments and carrying a balance month after month? It's time to break free from the debt spiral and take control of your finances. I'm Parveen Middleton, licensed insolvency trustee at BDO here in Edmonton. During a free consultation, I can explain all your debt relief options and stop your credit card bills from piling up. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to discover your debt-free future.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 821 in Edmonton. That's from the request line, Duke. Are we full up?
Sure
yet?
was.
Are we full up
Pretty
yet?
close.
Oh,
We got to
that's
get
good.
Eddie's in here coming
Yeah,
up at 8:40, but
it's probably going to be the sounds of silence or something from Eddie.
From the madness.
Time now for the headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing. Getting snakes deep and giving 110% day in and day out for all your plumbing needs. Go to mrrooter.ca as we welcome back Tim Murray from V's Primetime and the CFB Tailgate Show. Morning, Tim. Welcome back to Sports 1440. You're with Kevin Karius and Grey Cup champion from 2015, Eddie Steele. Thanks for jumping on the show this morning. Really appreciate it. Can you hear us, Tim? Have you got us muted or? We'll try to figure out what's going on.
Maybe
with
yourself
Tim.
muted.
I don't know. I think I'm all good on my end here.
No,
Andy.
not you.
Yeah.
I meant Tim.
Once we try to get Tim rocking and rolling here. It's a quieter week when I looked at it compared to next week on the college football front. I like when Tim sends out stuff like we are thanks to Thursday night football being over. Now we can get on to college football.
I saw that.
Did
too.
you see that?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's get down to business.
When you look at the matchups, there's
Mhm.
not the 5 versus 8 type matchups, but there are some really good ones still, and a lot of 3-0 teams taking on each other. So this is going to be a big week.
Okay. Have you? I know you have your notes ready to roll there, and you were getting ready to ask Tim a
Absolutely.
few questions.
Absolutely.
What's your game that you want Tim's expert advice on?
Well, one of them is number 19 Indiana. They're at home versus number 9 Illinois. Both of these are 3-0 teams, like I had mentioned. This is probably
I got Indiana at 17.
I got them at 19, but
whatever.
maybe 17, 19. Nonetheless, Indiana's home, and they're 6.5-point favorites, and they're the higher seed. So, or lower seed, I should say. So higher.
We got Tim. Tim, can you hear us now?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Sorry, turning on your sound is always a helpful thing to do a radio hit.
Yeah, that's perfect. Good stuff. Good to be with you again. Tim Murray from V's Primetime. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you, Grey Cup champion from 2015. Tim, while we were getting all the hookup corrected, Eddie was talking about Illinois and Indiana. So that's kind of where we want to start. Get your thoughts on that game, Illinois and Indiana, please.
Yeah, no, it's a great matchup, and it's kind of funny how things have evolved here, where here we are early September, mid-September, and a massive game for the college football playoff will be between Illinois and Indiana. And, I heard Eddie mentioning it. You look at the rankings and Indiana's still a favorite. And that's, a common misconception with the AP pollsters versus, folks who make lines. And, a great line that was dropped on me when I moved to Vegas from an odds maker was they make rankings or ratings, not rankings, right? The AP poll has really no say whatsoever. And Illinois is a team, guys, that in the eyes of pro bettors that I talk to or odds makers is overrated based off of their ranking. Now, all that being said, does that mean that I want to lay 6.5 with Indiana? Not really. It's interesting when you think back to last year. Indiana was this team that we couldn't figure out from a power rating standpoint almost all year long, because they came out of what was kind of nowhere, mediocrity, and they ended up making this run to the college football playoffs. So this game's going to be a very intriguing game. When you look at what Illinois has done so far, guys, to go down to Duke and to get that win. And that was a game where I thought Duke was going to be the right side, to be honest. I bet Duke. I'm about as transparent as you'll find from a person who bets. I do tell people that I don't win them all, unfortunately. I wish I did. But Duke turned the ball over 5 times, and Illinois kind of, for lack of a better term, just kind of let them do it, right? Like, hey, if you're going to mess up, we'll take advantage of that. And then last week, in a pretty clear look ahead spot, they took care of business against Western Michigan. So Illinois has done what they've been supposed to do so far this year. And Indiana, in the classic way their coach wants to do it, has played absolutely nobody in the non-conference. They beat Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and then an FCS opponent, Indiana State, last week. So this is really their first true test. When you look at Indiana, very aggressive in the transfer portal and brought in a quarterback in Fernando Mendoza from Cal, who very well could hear his name called in the first round in the NFL draft this upcoming spring. So, look, this is a matchup that I think a lot of us have been looking forward to. As you guys were talking about, point spread up in that 6.5 range. That's a little aggressive for me. If it were to get to 7, I probably would have to look at Illinois here. But we do have an Indiana alum on staff at VSiN, and he loves the under here in this spot. So he thinks it's going to be more of a kind of a feeling out process. So 52.5 under that total is probably the way that I would go if I had to make a play on this one. But should be an amazing atmosphere and a really big game for the college football playoff.
Now, Tim, where do you come out in number 17 Texas Tech at number 16 Utah? Again, both teams are 3-0.
Yeah, same thing, Eddie. When you think about this game, as opposed to what I just talked to, Texas Tech 136 out of 136 in strength of schedule so far among FBS teams. So they have not been tested at all. But similarly, Utah has not really been tested because UCLA, as we've seen, is not what we have seen in recent years. They've already fired their coach. Utah went to the Rose Bowl week 1, dominated the Bruins, but UCLA has since lost to UNLV and New Mexico and have since fired their coach. So we don't really know what to make of that. Utah's a team, guys, that I love what they did in the transfer portal. They went out and they got this kid, Devin Dampier from New Mexico, a true dual threat quarterback. He's currently leading the team in rushing. But what's impressed me, guys, so far through 3 games is that his completion percentage is way higher than it was just a year ago. So when I look at this Utah team, this is a team that preseason I selected to win this conference. Texas Tech is one that has kind of made waves in the transfer portal. They spent a ton of money in the transfer portal. And, I think we'll see what those pieces look like in a big time atmosphere on Saturday. One of the things that kind of bums me out, to be honest, guys, as is this game, you guys are there in the mountain time zone. This game will kick off at 10 a.m. local. I hate that. I wish this was a night game there at Rice Eccles. Rice Eccles is an amazing atmosphere, and I think it'll still be a good atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about night games. We used to think about Pac-12 after dark. Now this is, Big 12 at noon, essentially. So we'll see how it plays out from a atmosphere standpoint. But look, Utah and Texas Tech, I think right now it's fair to say are the 2 best teams in the Big 12, but that conference is wide open as it is every single year. I'll lean towards Utah here, but I have not played this game. As I mentioned, I do have a ticket on Utah to win this conference. So this is a big one for the Utes. So I'll just lean towards the team getting home field advantage. The one thing I love about Kyle Whittingham's squad is what we get up front. In addition to Devin Dampier, the quarterback, they've got an elite offensive line, and I will expect them to kind of grind this one out, and I'll give the slight edge to the Utes at home tomorrow afternoon.
Tim Murray from VSiN Primetime and CFB Tailgate Show, our guest on the Kevin Carey Show with Eddie Steele. Hey, we love the 10 a.m. Mountain Time starts, Tim, because it just gets the day going a little earlier for us out here.
Well, we like them as a consumer, but Eddie could speak to it, Kevin. He would actually have to play in these games. So as a guy who sits on my couch, I love the early games. But as someone who's would be playing in it, I can't imagine I'd love a 10 a.m. start time.
Eddie would be late to the game anyway. Tim,
stop that now.
Hey, Tim, what about Auburn and Oklahoma? I think the over-under here is at 48.5 last I saw. Is this a tough one for you to look at with the way that these 2 teams put up points? What are you looking at? An over here? What do you think?
Yeah, you've seen some under money come into the betting market here on this game. So we're looking at it right now, 46.5 or 47. So a little bit of under money has come in to the market on this one. And, we're getting something in this game that is going to be, I don't want to say commonplace, but maybe more of a regular occurrence than it had been in recent years, which is Oklahoma's former starting quarterback will be returning to start against his former team. Jackson Arnold was the quarterback for Oklahoma. He left via the transfer portal, and Oklahoma went out and got a massive addition in John Mateer. The transfer from Washington State came in with his offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, and he has been everything and more than advertised. And he is a true dual threat. As you saw against Michigan, he'll lower the boom. He's not afraid of contact. He is right now, in most sports books, the betting favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, it's super early, obviously. You can't win the Heisman Trophy in September. Maybe you could lose it, but you certainly can't win it. But this is a big opportunity here for Oklahoma. And, we talked about teams like Texas Tech, Utah, even Indiana and Illinois a little bit, where they haven't been tested all that much. I think you could say both these teams have been tested. Oklahoma, 2 weeks ago, College game day, goes down to Norman, Oklahoma. It's a primetime game, and their defense was dominant. Mateer played great against Michigan. They win that game 24-13 and cover the 5-6 point spread there in a massive atmosphere. And then on the flip side, Auburn opened up the season on the road in Waco against Baylor as a slight road favorite and took care of business running the ball exceptionally well. Now, Auburn's dealing with a couple injuries in their secondary, which concerns me. Oklahoma, their best defensive lineman, R. Mason Thomas, he will miss the first half due to targeting that he had in the Temple game a week ago. So that could be a big miss there for Oklahoma. My lean would be towards the under here, guys, on this particular game, just because of the familiarity with Brent Venables with their quarterback, the quarterback of Auburn in Jackson Arnold. But, what's interesting, guys, is we've seen a pretty sustained movement here on the Sooners in the betting number here, as we're looking at pretty much across the board 7. And I think if this gets to 7.5, I'd be interested in Auburn here. I just wonder if this has gone a little bit too far. I understand all of the excitement regarding this Oklahoma team. Their defense is the real deal. You think about Brent Venables, their head coach. His background is defense, and I think he did a really smart thing. Sometimes coaches are a little bit too stubborn and don't want to go and recognize their faults, but he went out and got Ben Arbuckle to be his offensive coordinator, and so far that has been a tremendous hire for Brent Venables. So at 7, I think I would look a little bit towards Auburn. I think this is going to be a war. I really do. I think this could be a great game. Hugh Freeze, you think of his track record. The reason he got hired at Auburn, to be honest, guys, was the success he had at Ole Miss of beating Alabama. So he's a guy that, certainly can win some big games. So I expect this one to be a war. And I would take the points here with Auburn, even though I think Oklahoma probably ekes out a win. But I think War Eagles got certainly more than a puncher's chance to keep this thing competitive on Saturday afternoon.
Hey, Tim, really quickly, in a pair of matchups that feature some rivals, you have Oregon State at Oregon and then Washington at Washington State. Now, Oregon favored by 34.5 and Washington is favored by 20.5. Those teams cover, you think?
Yeah, man, this is tricky, right? Because I'm a big situational handicapper, and both of these teams, the favorites, have enormous games next week. Oregon has to go to Penn State. Washington gets to host Ohio State, but they're playing their rival, right? So they're not going to overlook their arch rival here with the Apple Cup and the Civil War, respectively. So, man, with Oregon so far this year, guys, you think back to 2 weeks ago. They welcomed Oklahoma State to town, and Mike Gundy kind of poked the bear a little bit there in Eugene, and it was 69-3 to close that thing out. Northwestern got the backdoor cover last week against Oregon, but I'll say this about Oregon. I don't know if I'm going to lay the 34.5 here, Eddie, with Oregon, even though Oregon State has looked very, very unimpressive so far this year. But, Oregon, I think, even though they're a preseason top 10 team, they've impressed me so far this year. And looking ahead to next week, they'll be about a 3.5 point underdog against Penn State in some of those look ahead lines. I think Oregon, I would take the points right now with Oregon at 3.5 out there against Penn State next week in a whiteout game in Happy Valley. But yeah, massive numbers here. And you look at two programs, Eddie, that have dropped off considerably since leaving, the Pac-12. Washington State. Look, Washington State last week lost 59-10 to North Texas. Like both of these programs, they have been hit hard since the Pac-12 kind of fell apart here. So the point spreads tell the story, right? Massive underdogs to their rivals here. Last year, Washington State did beat Washington, so there's a little revenge on the mind. But John Mateer ain't walking through that door anymore for Washington State, unfortunately, for the Cougs. So not games that I necessarily want to back the dog, but we will see. Rivalry games always tend to bring out the best in particular teams.
Hey, Tim, as always, exceptional stuff. I'll be up watching that 10 o'clock slate. Eddie might get around rolling out of the rack for that 1 o'clock slate, something like that, our time. So thanks for coming on, Tim. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
That's Tim Murray from V's and Primetime CFP Tailgate Show. That's a busy dude, man.
Hey, it's not my fault people of your age wake up at 4 a.m.
Hey, you know what's a funny thing? Speaking about teams and a little bit about fantasy, wanted to mention it to the Duke. I was driving in and I listened to Steve Phillips on Major League Baseball Network. He is so intense into his drafts right now that he woke up this morning at 3 o'clock because at that time in some of his drafts, they can set a lineup for and get players maybe off the waiver wire, etc. He got up at 3 a.m. to do that. So I was like, what are you doing, man?
Beastly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the headliner of the day, Tim Murray. For Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the true goat of local plumbing. That's mrreuter.ca. When we come back, it's In or Out with Eddie Steele. What's the matter? Where are you going? We're still on. We're on YouTube.
Just getting the stretch, man.
Okay. Like, what's going on here, man?
Get to your break, man.
We're back right after the break with In or Out, Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, and possibly Eddie Steele on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube and on X.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310-GLASS or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
Well, get ready for a silly hockey fans. Your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
Blue Jays fans, this weekend and every weekend, you can catch Toronto Blue Jays ball games right here on Sports 1440. Ben Schulman provides the play-by-play. You provide the chips and beer. Check out the Blue Jays this weekend on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we believe that life shouldn't hurt. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't know that sometimes it really hurts. I mean, we've seen people at their worst moments in life, when they feel they have nowhere to turn, or at a time when they felt like their problem just wouldn't ever go away. We've also seen people who thought to themselves, it'll just go away on its own, or this is no big deal. I don't want to bother anyone about this. Don't know where to turn to, or think it's no big deal? Either way, we have the technology, techniques, and skills to help you get back to it, whatever your it may be. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
At Fountain Tire, you can save $50 off tire storage with the purchase of 4 select tires now until September 30th at participating locations.
Okay.
Or you could squeeze them into your backseat, possibly causing upholstery damage, drive them home, struggle, sweating buckets trying to get them out of your vehicle, resulting in you feeling guilty for not going to the gym more often, or at all. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. Totally up to you.
Definitely $50 off the tire storage.
You got it. Book your appointment today at FountainTire.com. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sani dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned, with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie, and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
You ever done something you can't be forgiven for?
Crave is the exclusive home of HBO originals, including Task, the new crime thriller from the creator of Mayor of Easttown.
I'm going to take their money so we can have a better life.
Starring Emmy winner Mark Ruffalo.
If things go terribly wrong, people want to know why God let it happen.
And Emmy nominee Tom Pelphrey.
I almost fell away. We never did anything like this.
Task, an HBO limited series. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Andrew. Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
You know who does that part right there? That's ZZ Top. ZZ Top.
Been there, done that.
What do you think you could be ZZ Top now, Eddie?
I can do it all.
How come we didn't sing any part of the song? Because we cut out quick.
Dude,
drop the
he didn't turn my mic on in time.
drop the pot, as we used to call it.
I was trying to. I'm always itching.
That's my old buddy, Kroger.
Chadley, huh?
Yeah.
What's the story? What's the how do you guys know each other?
Well,
you guys go way back.
Stage 13, 20, what are we at? 26, 27 years ago?
And do tell again. I love hearing that. Just do tell.
I just started here in Edmonton for 2-3 years or whatever. And I was with Mike Comrie and Josh Green, all these guys that had backstage passes or whatever. And Nickelback was there, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey, how you doing?"
And this is 20 years ago, you say?
Oh, 25. At least.
Right at the peak. They were at the peak of their fame.
How would I have known?
Right around 2000, they would have been the hot stuff. So continue.
For one, I was overserved for 3 days.
Little pickled?
Yeah. Well, I slept on a picnic table with a bag of hot dog buns for a pillow.
Oh, I know those nights.
Yeah, she was pretty hot, though. It was nice. Anyway, I was backstage, and this guy, nice looking guy, comes up, and he was a nice fellow. He said, "Hey, Karius, I see you on ITV." I said, "Oh, thanks, appreciate it." He said, "What do you do here? Like, what are you?" "Oh, I'm the lead singer, Chad Kroger." Oh,
what did you feel like? What kind of shame did you feel?
I don't know. Maybe he thought I was joking. I don't know. I was pretty bombed. So
yeah. He probably did think you were messing around.
He probably did.
That's how you got to play it.
But
off.
I'll tell you, so we were way back and I'll never forget because it was like 35 degrees out, and just to see the ocean of people.
Yeah.
And we're really close, and it was just a different perspective.
Pretty neat.
That was pretty cool. I got a text from our buddy JJ. "Hey, Bear Duke with the Spruce Grove Saints." He says there's less than 100 tickets left for the home opener. The new building in Spruce Grove tonight. Brooks is in town, 7:00 puck drop.
Ooh, good battle.
BCHL, less than 100 tickets remaining. So if you want to go watch that game,
it's a good team to start off against. New building, competitive.
New building.
So I don't know. I'm in a ton of hockey arenas all the time for my other sales job. I would love to see how this new barn out in Spruce Grove compares to like the Silent Ice, for example. I know it's not going to be the same style, but they're all getting better and better. So I just want to see what it's going to be like.
I haven't been in the Spruce Grove one. Gregor's going to be there today, right, Duke? He's going to be doing the show from Spruce Grove.
Yeah, Gregor's live on location from the new rink for today's show.
So, I mean, the one in Niskay's unreal.
I
mean, these guys do it right at Silent Ice. I'm betting, and then you're collaborating with Spruce Grove as well here. So I'm betting that it's, state of the art. Like,
this is a Silent Ice.
And it's Spruce Grove.
They're affiliated
too.
though. I didn't know they were even affiliated. This will be top notch.
Yeah, like in Spruce Grove's involved obviously too, because it's the Thompson family arena.
Yeah.
But again, and you're looking at.
Is there some coin there?
We had Bram Steven on head coach yesterday, and I mean he was, he said the facility's just crazy.
It's going to be awesome then. I didn't realize
the players, they go in there and like that. It's like, when the pro players, they come into the Oilers locker room and they go, wow, the facility. Just even like Utah right now. Utah just built a massive practice and training facility that is second to none.
The riders, I
Yeah.
mean, with the new mosaic,
yeah.
that's how it was. 2017, it was sick.
Mhm.
Amazing going to work there. Now, with that being said, Commonwealth, it's dated, but it's still some of the best facilities running in North America for football. It's
Fair.
dated, but
Yeah,
it
fair.
really is in terms of the training, the field turf, everything.
Aaron just texted in my U15 AAA team played in the New Spruce rink last night. It's as nice of a rink as I've ever seen, not including an NHL rink.
Yeah, I bet.
Rivals WHL rinks easily.
Oh, man. I love those barns where, it's like 2,000, 3,000 max, but it's kind of steep. They're all nice seats and everything. I love that.
You should have been in the old Crush Can in Moose Jaw, Eddie. They called it the Crush Can because it looked like a crushed can.
Oh, okay.
From one side to the other, similar to the saddle. Though.
Saddle, yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't see. In Moose Jaw, if you were at the top row on the one side, you could only see the player's bench.
Couldn't see all the way.
No fans on the other side. So
interesting.
Time now for Are You In or Out?
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out?
In or out? What?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
All right, Jet. Let her buck.
Chemical Oilers training camp day number 2 going on later this morning. One of the bigger notes from day number 1 was Stuart Skinner's off-season weight loss originally thought to be a little larger than reported. I don't know if it's a training camp guide or just something else. Kevin, but still down about 10 to 15 pounds overall. Speculation about what this could mean for Skinner's game this upcoming season. I'll be honest, the only real advantage I take out of this is endurance, both in terms of a single game and throughout the course of a season.
Going to be out on this one, Duke. I would say quickness, agility, and again, mobility, side to side, up and down, the whole bit. And again, let's just think if you're a dozen pounds. Think if you're carrying around 12 pounds of butter, 7 pounds on each side. It's a little extra, isn't it, Eddie?
One love handle each.
Yeah, you got to unwrap that foil, get rid of that butter, baby. So I'm going to be out on this one, Duke, for sure. I'll say that it would be mobility, agility, side to side, up and down.
We're going to be mobile, agile,
yeah,
hostile. What is pain?
Remember the Titans.
French bread.
Remember the Titans, Eddie.
Exactly. I'm going to be out as well, Duke. In terms of endurance, sure, it will help. Yeah, your conditioning should be better. But the biggest benefits of the weight loss is going to be the agility, the mobility, the quickness in net, getting goalpost to goalpost, getting down and up in your stance, quick, down and up quick.
I just think 10, 15 pounds on a guy that's 6'4" is really not that much. And in terms of most of your mobility and your quickness, if we're talking lateral movements, that comes from the strength in your legs, kind of regardless of how much you weigh. And yes, the simple physics tell us that the less weight you have to push around does make it easier, but technique and all I think those are more prominent in that. And we're talking about stylistically for a goaltender. I play goal casually and obviously not at anything close to the level that Stuart Skinner did even when he was 12 years old, probably. But I don't know. I just don't think that amount of weight is going to make a huge noticeable difference in the way he plays the position.
The way I see it is correct me if I'm wrong, but say you shed 20. Don't you think you'd be more cat-like in there? Be able to bounce and get on that puck quicker? That's how I think. He'll just be more cat-like.
We'll see. I'm just not sure that is going to be a big factor here.
Remember,
that's just my
Duke, when Felix Potvin lost all that weight and they
No, I
started
don't.
calling him the cat?
Is that when they started calling him that?
Meow.
Oh, gee.
Now Kevin's just making stuff up, fabricating
Well,
stories to back his narrative.
You
Classic
are the,
media.
You are the
Classic
cat man. Well, you are. Never mind.
Oh boy. The other team in town, the Green and Gold, Edmonton Elks in Hamilton tomorrow for a must-win game against the Ticats. Double E currently going off at 5.5-point underdogs. I'm not sure the Elks can win this game. I kind of talked about, I think their season is pretty much in the can here. They internally obviously believe that they have to win. Their playoff hopes rely on winning essentially every game here on out. I don't know if they'll win, but I definitely think I like them on the points as 5.5-point dogs.
Oh, ye with little faith. Ye with little faith, Duke. I definitely think they'll cover the 5.5. And Duke, I think they'll win.
Oh, come
bootlicker.
That's not me, man. I like to keep it real, but they were a catch away from beating Hamilton last time out. And they
28-24, right?
Yeah. And Edmonton has bounced back. Last time they lost to Calgary, they bounced back with a strong win. I think that they are a resilient team starting up top with Killam. They're going to bounce back from this sour Toronto loss.
Boy, you think they're going to win, but will they cover 5.5? I'm going to be in on this. I'll say they'll cover the 5.5, but they won't win.
That's kind of where I'm. That's kind of where I'm at. I would love to see them win, but the injuries kind of keep piling up a little bit. The Ticats, they're a first place team. Yes, it's in the East, but they are still a first place team. It's a tough task on the road.
Tis.
Last night, Thursday Night Football in the NFL to kick off week number 3. The Bills hang on to beat Miami 31-21. A late interception on a potential game-winning drive by Tua Tagovailoa, proving costly. Last night's showing by the Dolphins, however, I do think a more accurate representation of what that team is on whole, maybe compared to weeks number 1 and 2 in their games against the Pats and Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to be in on this one. I thought there was an opportunity for Miami to win this game last night, and they're just not as good as Buffalo. That's a plain and simple fact. They're good enough to beat a lot of teams in the AFC and in the East especially, but they're not good enough to beat Buffalo. They played a hell of a game last night, I thought.
They did.
They played hard, but they're
They were like little brother.
Yeah.
Gave it their all.
Yeah.
That one penalty, though, that was a killer.
Yeah.
And those are the penalties we talk about, the holdings, the pass interferences. That's okay. In the game, those are going to happen. The extracurriculars, the post-game or post-snap penalties, or a penalty like this, where you have no business being around the punter. You have no business. I don't care about the effort. You have no business being, because you know how hard it is to stop the Buffalo offense and get them to punt the ball? And you just did that and gave your offense a chance to get the ball and go and score. No business. That was a terrible penalty. Terrible penalty.
They have the Jets and Panthers coming up. They could win those two and then be 2-3, and then at least the season isn't over.
Could still maybe salvage something. Yeah. I'll be in with the question as well, Duke.
Like this is still an offense with a lot of dynamic players, and we saw Tyreek Hill show some flashes of like there was a play, and I think it was in the first half. I can't remember exactly. I should have wrote down, but like it was, I believe, third down, pretty sizable distance to get to the sticks, and he catches it about 2 yards shy of them, and he actually does move backwards for a moment to get himself moving back uphill and avoids like that. That's the dynamic version of Tyreek Hill that has made him one of the best wide receivers in the league since he entered it. And like I get it that they kind of live and die by the screen game and short passes. Like we rarely see Tua throw a ball longer than 15, 20 yards downfield. And he is still prone to turnovers, obviously, on the one that cost them the game in the grand scheme of it. So I don't think they're a great team, but I think the way they competed and played last night is better reflective of where they're at. The Patriots have kind of disappointed me a little bit in the early going. I might be creeping up on walking back my notion that the Dolphins will be a clear last place team in that division. So
What you laughing at over there, Chuckles?
We'll get him to at the end.
Yeah, well, I think there's a couple
coming in.
good texts coming in here that some not necessarily agreeing with me on a few different things. But rest of week number 3 slate in the NFL, a Friday staple, dog of the week. It's a do or die spot for my team. I'm taking the Texans. They are 1.5-point underdogs in Jacksonville, divisional game. I got to stick with Houston here, my dog of the week.
Oh boy, you know what? Normally, because you would never put yourself in this position to say that Houston is this dog of the it's never been in the conversation before, Duke.
Yeah,
Texans plus 1.5 against the Jags. Well, what CJ Stroud basically owns Jacksonville, correct?
Well, since he's come in, they've owned the division.
You know, I'll tell you the other one that is intriguing me, and I don't know why. And this could be a massive blowout, or it could be what's the KC Giants one? Is it 6 or 5.5, dude?
6.5.
6.5.
KC.
For some reason, that one is intriguing me in the sense that the Giants were close last week.
He's on the Russell Kool-Aid.
I don't know if I am, but I mean, I'm looking at the points, right? Being a dog, but and Duke has to pick that game on Sunday night, correct?
Mm-hmm. So it's not a line I love.
I gotta take that one then, just to mess with the Duke's head.
Dang.
I'll say my dog of the week is going to be the Giants on Sunday night.
I'm going to say the Lions at Baltimore Monday night. Baltimore favorite 4.5.
Okay,
it'll be a tight one.
I like that one too, Eddie. I think that could be a spot like the Ravens. I get it, that week 1 loss to Buffalo, but they still looked unreal in the game. This might be a little bit of a humbling moment for Baltimore. They are at home. They are a good team, but the Lions are much better than we saw week 1. They absolutely thumped the Bears. So I don't hate that one at all. It's a much more interesting board this week, I think. And so far through 2 weeks of the season, favorites, at least on them, like we have yet to see that big surprising upset anywhere. We've come close a couple times, maybe, but nothing really of concrete. So it's been pretty favorite heavy thus far in the early going of the NFL season. Finally, this day, 1989, Doogie Howser, MD, Neil Patrick Harris as a child actor, premiering On-Screen Doctors. Long laundry list of them, especially when you consider so many in the same shows of procedural dramas like ER, Grey's Anatomy, among many others. The whole show's around doctors, so plenty to pick from. But I think the best on-screen doctor is Dr. Gregory House. The cane, the addict, the attitude. I love him. He's a fun character.
You know, when that show came out, Duke, I'll be honest, I was like, I'm not even going to come close to watching this. Like, this is just, and then I started to watch, like, not when it came out, like all the reruns and like the late night stuff. Man, I look forward to every episode. I just love that guy. That was a great character. There's so many out there, but I'm going to go in on this one. I love that House guy. And just, again, the amount of pills that he was popping and
just nonstop.
Have you ever seen it, Eddie?
Of course.
Okay. He was so, and then
I think Hugh Laurie's a great actor too. He's perfect for the role.
The dark-haired woman that she was sort of in admin after, I think, or maybe she was always in admin.
I can't remember her name, but
and there was something going on there, and she'd look at him and he would say, like, was that Cuddy? Yeah, Dr. Cuddy. Attaboy, Josh. Yeah.
Now
okay.
I got one for you guys. He's a little bit of a weirdo. He was a dentist now, and he did some shady things maybe when you were put under. Never could put your finger on it, but Dr. Tim Watley. That'll be mine. Dr. Tim Watley from Seinfeld. He was a dentist, right?
Yeah.
Anti-dentite.
What do you call a doctor that
failed out of medical
school?
A dentist.
Yeah. And if this wasn't my son's wedding, I'd knock your teeth out, you anti-dentite.
Kevin, I'm quite shocked.
Hawkeye Pierce, smash.
I thought that's what you would go with for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's up there, Hawkeye for sure. To be honest with you, it didn't register until I kind of said House, but
the TV show Scrubs sitcom, pretty much take your pick of any of the doctors. That's a great show. Dr. Turk, Zach Braff's character, Josh, you know the name of the the guy that's their boss. You never know Scrubs guy, but the red-headed guy. I can't remember his name. It's not in front of me right now, but he's very funny. Kind of almost in the same vein as House. We're very dismissive, very condescending. Makes for some great one-liners and some laughs. But
I think Josh would probably go with Jane Seymour from Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
I thought you were gonna say Patrick Dempsey in Grey's Anatomy, McDreamy. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Josh is the good doctor.
So the text. Oh boy. The text that we're rolling in with our first question here, Eddie, about the weight difference for Stu. Not Fred says, Duke sounds like a guy that hasn't had that weight loss journey yet in his life. Come see us old guys in the home in 20 years and let us know then. Jay in Victoria says 12 pounds for us is a lot, not a lot, but the guys who are already in shape, it's significant. Big Sam, 15 pounds on an elite athlete, an NHL tender, that would be the equivalent to 40 pounds on a doughboy like Duke.
Well, scientifically speaking, no, it absolutely would not be.
No, Duke, there's
because like we're talking percentages.
I know, but if I'm 250 now and I was 235, I know I would be quicker. I know I would feel different.
Quicker on like you have less weight to run in a straight. Like goaltenders move a lot over the course of a game, but it's never more than 3 feet at a time.
But again, the simple physics of it is he's gonna naturally be a little quicker.
I get it, but like here's what I'll finish this on. If there's this large group of Oilers fans out there and people covering the team, whatever, that think that these 15 pounds that Stuart Skinner has lost are going to magically and immediately cure the deficiencies in his game, which, as we discussed all morning, have been pegged as lateral movement, the side to side, east to west part of his game, then I think you're going to be in for a pretty disappointing realization, because you can be as light as you want. If your technique and your game plan, your approach, your scheme is not correct, then it doesn't matter. So that's what I would say about
it. Quickly and seriously, the Elks just released their depth chart. So Nick Anderson out, Mechie's out, Rake is out. Coming in, Jabuner, Shackle, and Williams.
Josiah.
Jackson's at free safety. Kenny Logan Jr. is still floating around. So he's at strong side linebacker. I guess they like him there, and they think Jackson can do the job at free safety. Brinkman's in. He's going to play. They got Johnson and Taylor and Barlow on the defensive line, Eddie. And really not a whole lot of movement that I can see quickly here on the offensive side of the ball. Again,
is Carter O'Donnell the sixth?
He's at or is
he starting at
tackle?
tackle?
They got him at starting right guard.
He's starting at right guard.
Yeah, they got Beard with Cordy O'Donnell at right guard, Boyko and Pop Ivy at.
And then McKellar is the sixth.
McKellar's the sixth.
Okay.
And Evans is Evans the second. He's got what's that designation? That is an American, I guess.
Okay.
He is the seventh offensive lineman. As far as I can see, Eddie, nothing more changing there. But Barlow, Brinkman, Johnson, and Taylor starting D linemen. I don't know about Jabuner, much about him, but he's coming in. So he's one of the guys rotating in. He's a designated global. So I don't know too much.
I'm not familiar.
Anyway,
got to look him up.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good show, Eddie.
That was good.
What do you got cooking here today, except for the big match? Are you going to the Glendale right now?
No.
Because you're golfing with David Schlemko today.
Yes, me, Schlemmer, and Matt Carter, former receiver.
Who's the fourth?
I'm not sure. I think someone else from out there, the Glendale. And they're all shooters
Maybe
now.
Bruce
So
Hardy would come out and
I got to show up now. I can't embarrass myself. Like I said, I just got to start on time. If I start on time, I'm fine. Because I always settle in. I know I got the game. I just can't come in and just explode the round on the first two holes like I have been the past couple weeks.
So the first hole at the Glendale is a long uphill.
You got to go out and up.
Par 5.
Guy gets nervous, the first hole in front of different companies.
I'm going to say that you are going to be starting with a triple bogey at best.
You're tripping. You're crazy now.
I
man.
want you to text
buddy
me after the first
wake
hole.
up out of this dream that you're in. You're out of your mind right now.
I'm saying that you're going to start with a triple bogey 8.
I might even go to the range right now, to be honest.
I hope you do.
And then hit the range at the Glendale, just because I want to take care of the perks.
MTR just said 85 today, Eddie. So now we know how
Buddy,
disillusional
MTR
is.
No, MTR, like I thought this too. I'm thinking this might be one of my last ones. I might come out here for the boys and just be a savage out there, sticking greens.
Team Dean just said, are you counting toe wedges, KK?
Come on, man.
Come on, Team Dean, eh?
I'm not going to shoot it off tree roots, Team Dean, if it's laying in roots. Like, come on. You kidding me out here, man? Would you, Team Dean? Are you like just going to try to sabotage around because you're that stubborn? You're not going to give yourself a decent lie? No.
I love you, man.
I love you too, baby.
Have a great weekend. We'll bust down the rider or the Elks. We'll bust on the Riders too, I guess.
NFL, it'll be a busy Monday. Training camp. We didn't even talk lines. Who's Connor's right wing?
Lines. Well, David Tomashik was yesterday. Yeah,
I'm messing with you.
I know. Lines.
All righty.
Oh, look at this. Justin says, if Eddie breaks 95, I've got $20 for his favorite charity.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's easy money. I like I said, I shoot a bad round and I go 46-46. I'm not happy with that.
This is the Glendale, Eddie.
I know, but
the same Dragon's Head on the way there.
If a guy keeps it tight, if I start on time, like I'm telling you, KK, I'll be just fine. Just fine.
I wish you nothing but the best today.
Thank you. I'll
Good
text
luck.
you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know after the first hole.
What'd you put up on Tuesday?
Well, it was a
100
scramble.
Yeah, right.
We were actually, I hit, we had our third shot. We were 198 out, and I smoked one on pin high 7 feet away.
You lie like a rug.
It's a true story.
You
Eddie.
lies like a rug.
Missed the putt though. It's okay. Great show, Eddie. I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
All right,
Big guy.
boys.
That's Eddie Steele, our co-host Mondays and Fridays, 7 to 11. Grey Cup champion from 2015, all-decade player, and one of the top guys that you'll ever meet in your. David Schlemko just texted too. I'm going to get to that. I don't know what he said. I've got other things to do here. We'll have some open text time at 9 o'clock. Alexis Kubicki will be with us at 9:20. Kevin Radomski at 9:40. We're golfing with the G-Men at 10 o'clock for the Country Club Tour. Before all that time now, for a Sports 1440 update, brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, the best place for wine, cocktails, and beers from all over the world. Also a variety of excellent non-alcoholic options. See more at SherbrookeLiquor.com. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Thursday Night Football kicking off week 3 in the NFL. Bills hang on to beat the Dolphins 31-21. Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes. James Cook, tack him one on the ground. From the CFL, Montreal Alouettes signing receiver Tyler Snead to a 2-year contract extension. That'll keep him with the team through 2027. Light slate in the majors yesterday, just 10 games, including the Blue Jays getting blanked by the Rays 4-0. They split that set with Tampa. Elsewhere, Red Sox drop another to the Athletics 5-3. Yankees blank the Orioles 7-0. And in the nightcap, the Dodgers, they get past the Giants 2-1. Sticking with the Dodgers, 3-time NL Cy Young winner, 2014 NL MVP, and 11-time All-Star pitcher Clayton Kershaw of LA announcing that this will be his final season, retiring at the conclusion of it. Set to make his final regular season start tonight at Dodger Stadium. Also in LA, Kings captain Anze Kopitar announcing he will also retire at the conclusion of the 25-26 campaign. Entering his 20th season, Kopitar is a 2-time Cup winner and 2-time winner of the Selke Trophy. In the WNBA playoffs last night, Aces beat the Storm 74-73 to take the series 2-1. And the Fever, even without Caitlin Clark, they get past the Dream 87-85. They also take the best of 3 2-1. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by local champion boxer Alexis Kubicki and president of business ops for the Edmonton Oil Kings, Kevin Radomski. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be
dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
The Bricks semi-annual sale is on now. For 4 days only, save 60% off sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair, up to 30% off bedroom and dining furniture, and up to 50% off mattresses. Plus, get up to an additional $400 credit to spend on pillows, linens, or accessories. And when you buy more, you save more, up to 15% off select major appliances. Some exclusions apply. See in-store for details. The Bricks, saving you more.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
It's time to rev up your engines at the Finning Sales Event, Tuesday, September 23rd. Take advantage of event exclusives and score big with 0% financing. Demo the latest Cat heavy-duty equipment as they celebrate 100 years. Plus, you can pick up your perk with every equipment purchase, $2,000 in additional discounts or free select attachments. Big machines, big savings, big fun. That's Tuesday, September 23rd. Edmonton Finning, 10910 170th Street Northwest.
You ever done something you can't be forgiven for?
Crave is the exclusive home of HBO originals, including Task, the new crime thriller from the creator of Mayor of Easttown.
I'm going to take their money so we can have a better life.
Starring Emmy winner Mark Ruffalo.
If things go terribly wrong, people want to know why God let it happen.
And Emmy nominee Tom Pelfrey.
I almost thought, oh yeah, we never did anything like this.
Task, an HBO limited series. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 912 in Edmonton. From the request line on Playlist Friday, 833-401-1440. That came in early, Duke, did it not? Quite early.
Well, yeah, that's why I felt obligated to get it in because it was one of the first we received on the day, even if it, a bit of a slow start picks up into the course a bit.
Yeah.
Not sure that one's going to go on the regular rotation.
Yeah, probably not. There's I think another rendition of it with some other vocals that go in there, is it not?
That's the one, the artist Smokey.
Duke, we got to give away our gift certificate for first round.
Yes.
And I came up with a quick little question.
Oh, great work.
And here it is, staying with the fantasy angle. Taking away Josh Allen last night in full PPR. Who's the top point getter in the game between Miami and Buffalo? Send it our way, 833-401-1440. You get a $50 gift certificate at first round, and we'll announce that at the end of the 9 o'clock hour here. Who, in a full PPR league, recorded the most points last night in the Buffalo-Miami game, with the exception of Josh Allen when you're taking him out of the mix? You got an idea who it is, Duke?
My first guess, without fully running down the box score, would be James Cook. Had over 100 yards on the ground, found pay dirt. He had a couple catches out of the backfield, not a ton of yardage.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately is what cost me a little parlay I had. It was like Achane 50 plus rushing yards. Both teams have scored 20 points, and then I think it was Cook to have 20 receiving yards. He only finished with maybe 10. So that's first of mine for me.
H.N. in a full PPR had 7 receptions.
Yeah, for not a ton of yards.
29 yards.
Love just throwing it to him in the backfield.
I don't have Jalen Waddle, Duke, is my fourth receiver, that's good. Gives me, I'm happy with the depth. He had 5 receptions, 39 yards, and that touchdown. Who else last night would have been in the mix?
Dalton Kincaid, very strong game.
Kincaid.
5 grabs, score 66 yards. I'm just pulling up the box score now in front of me again. So pretty good night for the tight end there.
Tyreek Hill, pretty decent night. And actually, to be honest with you, Duke, he I'm not saying he looked like the Tyreek Hill of 2-3 years ago, but he looked a whole hell of a lot better than he has.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on that near the start of the show, breaking down last night's game, that there was moments of Tyreek Hill when he had the ball in his hands that you kind of thought, oh, well, that is the guy that should still be the leader offensively of this team.
Yeah.
Now, it helps when your quarterback doesn't throw an interception on your final possession or second to last possession, I suppose, that you have to think like, how?
I got to ask you this, Duke. If not for Jalen Waddle, that could have been a pick 6. And then that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Waddle really came back hard on that play to make the tackle because there was an offensive lineman. Tua was in the vicinity. Was he going to go all out to make the tackle? Hard to say. The angle might have been there. But if Waddle does not come back hard and make that tackle, that could have been a pick 6. That would have broke your heart, Duke.
That would have been really bad.
Would have covered.
Really, really bad. And then it kind of worked out about as well as possible, Kevin, because that field goal late kept the spread under 11.5, but also cashed the over in the game. So that was that's what I had. That's what I kind of said yesterday. I had to bet the spread cover to remain consistent with our picks. And then I said on air that I liked the overplay in the game. Now it barely hit. It wasn't a free one. You kind of got the garbage time TD or field goal, to get it in. But I'll take it all the same. A win's a win.
When we come back, Alexis Kubicki, flyweight WBC international champion. She has a hell of a tough test tomorrow in California. She's going to join us in California just before her weigh-in ahead of tomorrow's massive match. That's coming up. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440, and we're streaming on YouTube and X.
Mr. Rooter goes for a fall stroll.
Ah, the beauty of fall. These leaves are crunchier than that calcified shower head I replaced this morning. And the earthy yellow oranges and browns are as colorful as the wad of hair I pulled out of the shower drain.
Ugh, Mr. Rooter, can we talk about something else?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you didn't like fall. You look about as sour as the sewer line I unclogged yesterday.
For a plumber you'll truly fall for. Call Mr. Rooter.
The Spruce Grove Saints home opener is Friday, September 19th, and you don't want to miss it. The Saints will be playing their first game in the brand new Thompson Family Arena as they host league champion Brooks Bandits at 7 p.m. With a completely new and exciting in-game experience, including a state-of-the-art Jumbotron, the Thompson Family Arena will be the place to be. Don't miss the Spruce Grove Saints home opener, September 19th. For tickets, visit tickets.sgsaints.ca.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered. With half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings, now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
At jackpotcity.net, you can do amazing things with just one casino chip. Discover a world of incredible casino games with over 500 high-quality online slot games, including the world-renowned progressive jackpot slot Mega Moolah. Play for free at jackpotcity.net and get treated as a VIP 24/7. So visit jackpotcity.net today on your tablet, laptop, or mobile. Jackpot City, a whole world of casino games. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. This is not a gambling website.
Hi, I'm Jeff Davison, CEO of the Prostate Cancer Center. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Here in Alberta, 1 in 6 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. But if caught early, it's one of the most treatable forms of cancer. The Prostate Cancer Center is committed to saving lives by providing free PSA blood testing on our man van, Alberta's only mobile men's health clinic. This September, talk to the men in your life about getting checked for prostate cancer. A simple blood test could save a life. Visit getcheck.ca to find a clinic near you.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 9:20 in Edmonton, and time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge. The biggest sale of the year is on right now. 2025 Jeep Wrangler 1500s have 0% financing for up to 72 months. Great selection. They got all the new colors, the Sports, the Willys, Sahara, Rubicons, all on the lot at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome in Alexis Kubicki, getting set for a massive tilt tomorrow in California. Good morning, Alexis. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much.
So, first of all, how did this fight come about for you, Alexis? Because you're fighting Gabriela Fundora tomorrow in California,
Correct.
But her original opponent not able to get into the country. How were you able to be the pinch hitter, so to speak, here?
So I've been in training camp since about July 16th. I was actually getting ready for a fight for October 31st to fight at River Cree in Edmonton. But we got a phone call about a week and a half ago saying that Gabriella is looking for an opponent or replacement because the girl couldn't get a visa. So we're like, why not? We are in camp. Let's take this opportunity. We're fighting for the undisputed, which means I am fighting for all the belts in my weight class, all the main belts. So the WBC, WBO, WBA, and Ring Magazine.
Well, so this is a different kind of preparation for you, Alexis. You've been in studio with your dad, Derek, several times, and we've talked about your preparation for several fights and how you've gone about that. But this is a little bit different. How have you kind of prepared for this one then?
Not much has changed, actually. Yeah, she's much taller. She's a southpaw, but I stay the same. I just maybe change the direction. I won't give up too much of the plan, but you guys will see on Saturday night on The Zone.
Mm-hmm. So Gabriela Fundora, that's the opponent that you have to fight tomorrow. She's 16-0 with 8 knockouts. As you said, more of an experienced fighter. What have you got to do to get her off her game?
I just got to stay aggressive, keep moving to the side, and I just got to frustrate her. I got to take over the fight, show who has it more and who wants it more, who has the hunger, because I'm going there to take her belt and take her soul.
And with her being a little more of an experienced fighter, Alexis, how do you counter that with, something that you have to do, tactically or something like that?
She only has about, 2 fights more than me, so it's not that much. But remember, I fought women that are about 34, and they had way more experience. They have been in the professional game much longer. So we're about the same age, right? She's 23, I'm 22. So
yeah. So the fight's in at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. Maybe just touch on when you got down there, your entourage, and how the support has helped you kind of get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, so I came down here Tuesday afternoon. We flew into Los Angeles, then we stayed one day in Los Angeles, then we drove up here. I came with my group, my coach, my dad, my 4 other people, my group, and then some of my family came down, and then we have some fans actually coming from Edmonton.
Oh, great. What about that support? How much is that going to help you think, Alexis?
It always helps. Any person, even if it's just one person, it's a big support, right? You always want to have your fans behind you. your city behind you because I'm the next Edmonton sporting franchise. So we always need that group behind us.
Alexis Kubicki with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Run us through how the rest of the day works for you here today, Alexis.
So at 1:00, I have my weigh-ins, and then just got a couple more meetings. And then other than that, I'm just going to relax, chill with my team. And then tomorrow we go to war and we bring those belts back to Edmonton.
Oh, beautiful. How does you got no trouble making weight, right?
No, never.
Yeah.
We always on point. Team is always working it. We got this.
Yeah, no kidding. When you found out about the fight, what was how long ago did you find out exactly when you were going to be making your way down to California? And then
it was about a week and a half ago.
Okay. At what point of your training regiment were you in at that point? Because as you said, you were getting ready for a fight in October.
Mm-hmm. So I had a sparring partner actually from England. Remember Jasmina Zapatochna? She was actually just leaving, and then a few days later we got that call. So it worked out perfectly, right?
Yeah, when you guys were in studio, that was a real hoot, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. How much did that sparring with her help you think prepare?
Oh, a lot, because we did consistent sparring. We were sparring every second day, so we did over 100 rounds while she was here.
Mm-hmm.
And she has kind of like a similar style, right? Just opposite way, but the work that we did together was just great.
When you say Gabriela Fundora is a southpaw, how much preparation and, again, that tactical element comes into play here for you, Alexis?
Not much change, right? It's just I'm going the opposite direction. That's all.
Okay.
So I feel I'm already good on that. It's actually better for me because I am turning off my front foot.
I get you.
So it's easier for me.
Do you have to try to get inside on a boxer like this? And how do you go about that?
Yes, for sure, because she has that height. So I have to stay in her range, half of her arm reach, right? So that I'm not on her range, that she could just point her jab and just tick me off, right? I got to be inside, which is very uncomfortable because she'll have to punch downwards.
Right. I think her last two fights were knockouts. Both in the 7th round, if I'm not mistaken, Alexis.
Yes.
Do you expect this fight to go fairly long?
I'm expecting to go the distance because, of course, she's not going to knock me out. But she hasn't been, I don't think, punched by anyone as hard as me and had the aggression like I do. So it could even maybe end quicker for her.
Wow. What's the excitement level down there, and maybe a little bit about the card? What do you know about it?
The co-main event, so it's a big card. The main event actually is for 3 belts, mine is for 5 belts. So, and it's actually on this card, we have more smaller people fighting. So we're showing that it's not always has to be the bigger people fighting. The smaller people can bring the crowd. It's going to be sold out.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward, and it's on DAZN, so people can watch. What time, I guess it'll be Pacific time. What time do you think you'll be hitting the ring?
So Edmonton time, we are thinking around 8:30 Edmonton time.
Perfect. I got a text in from Coach Al in Wabasca. Hi to Alexis from Wabasca, Alberta. We love her. So I know you got a busy morning ahead of you, Alexis. I didn't want to take too much of your time on weigh-in day.
Thank you very much.
But thanks so much for coming on. Hi to your dad and the rest of the entourage.
Yes, will do.
And the very best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Alexis Kubicki. And our game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, which is tomorrow, I guess, the fight of the day. Biggest sale of the year on our in-stock round 1,500 sports, all discounted, a whopping $14,000, over 90 to choose from, including the night edition and GT models, only at stalbertdodge.com. Anytime that you take a fight and you're sort of subbing in, you're always kind of going, okay, is this the right thing, right time to do? And again, Gabriela Fundora is 16-0, 8 KOs. She is the champ for a reason, but you can hear the confidence in Alexis's voice, and she's been training hard. She's always been, focused, laser focused. She's been in studio several times, got to know this young lady. Her record's 13-1, a couple of knockouts. She said she knows that she ain't going down. She's going to be going hard and going as long as she can in this fight. Anyway, undisputed champion for Gabriela Fundora, and this is for all the belts. When the belts are on the line, that's when everything comes out. we'll have Kevin Radomski coming up at 9:40, and then in the 10 o'clock hour, golfing with the G-Man Gary Meyer. He's already entered the studio, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. I had to revisit some topic, and that's why. And I knew we were only going to go for like 7 or 8 minutes with Alexis. About 2 weeks ago, we chatted about a BTB soccer team from Edmonton that placed second in provincials here in Edmonton. They were told they were going to be going to nationals in Kamloops, and that's right around the corner, early October. The Canadian Soccer Association came up with some stupid decision and did not alert the team that they were going to be taking the third place game winner. They didn't tell that game winner from Calgary that they were going either. No team prepared the way they would have had they known they were going to be one and in, first place and in, or third place and in. It changed. Anyway, this team with many parents has tried immensely to get a hold of the Canadian Soccer Association. And this association is so inept, so embarrassing how they've handled this situation. Something else has come to light here in the last few days. And I've got texts from and emails from parents regarding this. What's happened is a similar situation has come about in Hamilton with a Hamilton U15 girls team, where they appealed a similar administrative oversight. And now this Hamilton team has been granted a spot at nationals. So the CSA has talked to this team in Hamilton, but they are not talking to this team in Edmonton, which is an absolute joke. The Canadian Soccer Association should be disbanded. They are an embarrassment to all associations in every sport. This is a letter that came to me from Jana Walters. And again, this is a parent of one of the players. So you can imagine how upset they are. I'll read it as such. We as parents of our club BTB were not given an opportunity to have a conversation with Canada Soccer on any of these allegations or points. And this is a long letter that they sent, and they have stated things out in red. And if anyone wants this letter, I will gladly send it to them. It's pertinent to send a response back to all parties involved, including all levels of government, that true transparency can take place. I'm going to go on. The fact that a Hamilton girls team was disqualified from nationals over an internal administrative error, but has now won their appeal due to advocacy and quick action from the Ontario Soccer and Canada Soccer, has raised so many more questions on our end of things, on fairness, on transparency. We look forward to your response, and as before, our club director coaches would be made more than happy to discuss these matters further. That comes from one of the parents and on the club, Jana Walters. Now, the letter that was sent to Canada Soccer, and this is on behalf of Edmonton BTB Soccer Club, that goes to the officials at the Canada Soccer Association. It basically gets thrown out the window here. And that's what we're saying here, that, and this has been going on for a couple of weeks. Rick Walters, former Edmonton Eskimo, sent me a letter, sent me correspondence probably 2 weeks ago when we talked about it. We put it on the air. And since then, the two sides, the BTB, Canada Soccer, have been going back and forth. I made several calls, several texts to people within the Alberta Soccer Association and the Canadian Soccer Association. Did not receive one response. These people should not be even involved in any association, no matter what, soccer, hockey, football. Get these people out of here. They are an embarrassment to what sports is for youth in our country. And this is just a small example how they've handled this. I have no skin in the game here, but it pisses me off when you see these letters and you see the rhetoric that comes from a CSA that's saying, well, what are you talking about here? What are we doing here? Well, this has been going on for 3 weeks at least, maybe more. I think they got to wake up here. Wake up. That's a little rant for the day there, Duke. I don't know. And you know what? Here's the sad thing. These letters from Rick Walters, Jana Walters, we had other parents that I talked to. Whatever I had just now, a rant, they'll fall on deaf ears because the Canadian Soccer Association is inept. Embarrassing. You know what? We're going to have some feel-good stuff when we come back. Kevin Radomski, Edmonton Oil Kings, Director of Business Operations. And first of all, I'm just shocked that he hasn't come in wearing a Boys Husky t-shirt. He sort of has some kind of a, I don't know, what is that, a sweater or something? I don't know what it is. But he's in studio, and we're going to talk about that. It's coming up right after the break. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube and X.
I'm a little hungry.
I've got Booster Balls from Booster Juice.
Booster what now?
Booster Balls. They're little protein bites packed with nutrients. Chewy, crunchy, yummy, and new flavors all the time. Like this little guy. The new mint chocolate Booster Ball. Peppermint, cocoa, coconut, peanut butter, maple syrup, all rolled up into a delightful little bite-sized snack.
Why am I just hearing about this now?
I don't know.
Can I have one?
No.
Booster Juice. Canadian born. Blending since 1999.
God said, I need somebody to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, go to town, and stay all night at a meeting at the school board. So God made a farmer.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We are so thankful God made a farmer. For the month of September, it is our goal to feed 500 families. With every vehicle sold, we will feed a family of 4. So please help us reach our goal. Visit us online at northgategm.com.
Experience a season of superior luxury, performance, and savings. The Fall Experience event is on now at Volvo Cars Edmonton. The all-new redesigned 2026 XC90 is here. Come drive one today. You won't be disappointed. Finance or lease a 2026 XC40 from 1.99%. And right now, you can save $7,500 on remaining 2025 XC60s. The Fall Experience event is on now at Volvo Cars Edmonton. Great vehicles, better service. Visit VolvoCarsEdmonton.com.
A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different. After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. Tomorrow at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels. Family fun that's second to none with Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist. Plus, bracelet making on the concourse. The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home opener tomorrow at 4. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
Blue Jays fans, this weekend and every weekend, you can catch Toronto Blue Jays ball games right here on Sports 1440. Ben Schulman provides the play-by-play. You provide the chips and beer. Check out the Blue Jays this weekend on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
At Fountain Tire, we're fluent in saving you money.
Fluent?
Yes, we've mastered the language of deals. Like right now, you can save up to 25% off select tires and up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Plus, $50 off $150 service when you buy those tires. All until October 18th.
I'm sorry, I don't speak deals.
Spend less, save more when you buy round black things from us.
Oh, got it.
Restrictions apply. Book your appointment online today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada. At Fountain Tire, we're fluent in saving you money.
Fluent?
Yes, we've mastered the language of deals. Like right now, you can save up to 25% off select tires and up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Plus, $50 off $150 service when you buy those tires. All until October 18th.
I'm sorry, I don't speak deals.
Spend less, save more when you buy round black things from us.
Oh, got it.
Restrictions apply. Book your appointment online today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Stop juggling lowest bid contractors, because at Wetaskiwin and Ready Mix, one call does it all. From concrete supply to cribbing and pumping, we've got your project covered. Locally owned and operated, Wetaskiwin and Ready Mix is proud to deliver on spec and on time every time, because we know quality concrete isn't cheap, and cheap concrete isn't quality. Send Wetaskiwin Ready Mix your blueprint. We'll handle the rest. Wetaskiwin Ready Mix, 780-352-4301.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
Well, there it is. That's Wasted Days and Wasted Nights, Duke. That's Eddie Steele's theme song for
today in particular. Well, it's the theme of his golf game.
Okay, Eddie 85. Eddie 85. Good luck, Eddie, at the Glendale today. We'll see what happens. Schlemko's got an eye on you. Welcome back to the big program, 9:41 in Edmonton, and time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. If you're ready to swap out your tires this fall, Fountain Tire makes it easy, and it saves you cash as well. Get $50 off storage with the purchase of new set of tires, September through all the way to the end of the month, till the 30th. No more stacking tires in the garage. Let us handle it. See select locations for details as we welcome into the studio our old buddy Kevin Radomski, Edmonton Oil Kings, Director of Business Operations. Morning, Radman. And you're looking, this is like...
I appreciate you.
I
didn't know there was cameras.
Wow. Had you known there were cameras, you would have worn the boys' Husky t-shirt.
Exactly. Right? I would have thrown the dryer in extra a couple spins, right?
Shrink it down, baby.
Yeah,
Shrink
totally.
her down.
Hotter the better.
Absolutely. So how you been keeping busy?
So busy. It's crazy that we start our regular season tonight in Red Deer, and that we're here. It's the home opener on Saturday afternoon. It's crazy that it's time.
It really is. And I mean, I think the organization made some pretty big waves with Jason Smith coming aboard from the hockey end of things.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Like I still get excited when Jason Smith is texting or calling me, when he's in our dressing room. I get so excited for those young men that are like pursuing their hockey dream. To have a guy like Jason Smith, former Edmonton Oilers captain, took that team, willed them to a Game 7 in Carolina. Didn't win, but got right there. To have that as my head coach, if I'm a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, it's an embarrassment of riches. It's so cool.
Couldn't imagine what as you said, a 16, 17-year-old guy. And, Gator was an intimidating player, could be, but soft guy inside, great heart, and
he's bigger than a lot of people. I always keep hearing about. I didn't realize he was so big. I'm like, he dominated on the ice,
wow. And he was so strong. Like he was like, to be honest with you, Jason Smith was like a Lee Fogelin as far as being strong on your stick goes.
And you paid the price when you came into that zone and he was on the ice. You knew it, as a player. And like for us to have a guy like Ladislav Smid as our skills development coach, a guy like Kyle Chipchura as our assistant coach, and then to have Jason Smith as our head coach. What a trove of information of people have done it at the highest level. Gives the players, you can't pull the wool over those guys' eyes. They've done it, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So on your end of things, I mean, it's not like you think about it's last night. Hey, what are we doing this week? What are we going to do for the home opener tomorrow? What are we going to do in January and February? So for you and your staff, you guys been going at this for weeks and months.
Yeah. Really, since we stopped playing in April, we've been working on what this season looks like and all the different promotions that go into it. And for people that don't work in the field, they kind of say, well, in the off season, they think it's like AM radio or something, right? Where they're just like, well, you sleep until you're hungry and then eat until you're tired. I'm like, well, no, it's actually when all the business happens. And so, yes, we started creating all these different promotions and theme nights. And this year, every weekend that we play, so it starts this Saturday afternoon all the way to the middle of March and beyond, we're going to have a promotion night every weekend that we're at Rogers Place.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
So
tons of fun.
Let's talk about tomorrow to start things off. The game tonight in Red Deer, and then the return engagement tomorrow afternoon at 4.
Yeah, so we have the Red Deer Rebels are going to help us kick off our home opener on Saturday, September 20th. For those listening right now, that is tomorrow.
That's weird.
Doors open at 3, puck drops at 4. And you know what we have for all the sports fans out there? We have all-time Oil King fan favorite Curtis Lazar, current member of the Edmonton Oilers. How cool is that? Yeah. He's going to be dropping the puck. We're going to give away 1,000 Curtis Lazar pennants at the door. And then Curtis is going to be signing them in the first intermission.
Oh, great.
And then if you say to yourself, I love the hockey, but what else do you got? Post-game, we have one of Canada's top Taylor Swift tribute acts doing a 45-minute live performance at Center Ice.
Center Ice.
Yeah. It's going to be right after the game. So we're going to do the 3 stars. If you've been to Oil Kings game, we do a chuck a puck afterwards. You try and throw foam pucks to the closest to Center Ice, gets $250. We'll clean all those up. We'll roll out a huge carpet. And her name is Carla Sacco. She's coming in from Toronto. She is a top tribute act. She does Taylor Swift. She does Shania Twain, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry. So she looks the part, and she's actually a method actor too. So it's actually really, really cool. She's going to do a 45-minute set of Taylor Swift.
I was going to say, so you're going to do it like normally in intermissions when you have bands, you do it sort of, in the
on the
behind
stage
the net.
there. Yeah.
So, but you're going to do this at Center Ice?
Center Ice. And this way, no matter where you're seated at Rogers Place, you're going to have a great viewing point for her. Yeah. And we're going to bring out the carpet and she's going to sing. She's got 12 songs, 45 minutes. It's pretty cool.
So, and again, like you have the perfect sound system. You got, it's going to be video on the Jumbotron and everything like that. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's a little bit, the whole thing that we want to do, it's all about the entertainment. Yeah. We know that we're going to have 3 thrilling periods of hockey on the ice. But right before you even get in the door, we're going to have Taylor Swift themed bracelet making on the concourse so all the young fans can make their bracelets. Kevin, there's no age limit to people who want to make bracelets.
The Duke will be down there doing that before me, but
it's tons of fun though. And that's the idea, right? It's all about the family entertainment.
Well, and then, with Curtis Lazar, he'll probably have just a terrible, sad look on his face when he drops the puck.
If anyone can find me a photo of him not smiling, I'd love to see it, right? Like just the guy wakes up happy. I'm going to age myself. I remember him as a 17-year-old and he was just this young kid. He's the same guy as he approaches toward the end of his NHL playing career. He's the same guy he was as he was cutting his teeth in junior hockey. A Memorial Cup champion in 2014, and our fans love him.
Obviously we covered the team quite extensively when you're on a serious run like that.
Yeah.
And, with the amount of talent that they had on the team. And when I was working at Global, to be honest with you, there's a picture, and I think the Oil Kings would have sent these pictures out to all the sponsors.
Yeah.
And Global at the time would have been a sponsor. And it's a picture of them winning the Memorial Cup right at that time of Griffin Reinhart hoisting the trophy. But Curtis Lazar is right. He's not in the background. But he's right in there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, everyone's elated as well.
But he's extra.
Yeah.
But he's just such a great ambassador. And I'm so happy that the Edmonton Oilers have him as part of their dressing room. But more importantly, I'm so excited to welcome him back as the Edmonton Oil King for the night. As he drops the puck, he signs autographs. Like he is a tremendous human being.
Well, and you think about it now, where the Oil Kings dressing room is compared to, the Oilers and everything. When they were in 2014, it was still at Rexall.
Absolutely.
Way different for him.
What I love about junior hockey is the players, no matter how high they achieve, they always maintain that connection. So when Jake Neighbors is coming through with St. Louis Blues, when Laurent Brossoit was with, the Vegas Golden Knights, or it doesn't matter who they are, they always stop in. Tristan Jarry, when he was with the Pittsburgh Penguins, they'll stop in and they'll see our equipment manager, Rogan Dean. He's been there the whole time. And they always they love being able to excite and really educate the players that are coming through now by saying, I remember when I was in that stall. I remember when I was, applying my trade here in the WHL, and here I'm in the NHL. And it's so cool to have that full circle moment to have Curtis Lazar back on Saturday afternoon.
No question. Kevin Radomski, Edmonton Oil Kings Director of Business Operations, our guest in the Sportsnet 1440 studios here at West Edmonton.
Beautiful 1440 studios. This is no joke. Well, this is nice.
Last time you were here, we were out front.
There's lots of tarps everywhere. Last time I was here, this is looking great.
Already,
yeah.
It's changed. So I would imagine the biggest promotion that you have, but maybe it takes care of itself already now, is Teddy Bear Toss Night.
You know what's funny is teddy bear toss. If you've never been to an Oil King game, first off, I don't know what you're waiting for. Secondly, I would tell you that if you've heard of us, chances are you've heard of the teddy bear toss game. It's on Sunday, December the 7th. And when we score our first goal, fans from every seat in Rogers Place throw stuffed animals on the ice. And they all get collected to support Santa's Anonymous right here, helping people in our community that need a little extra hand at a special time of year. That game on December the 7th, we opened up the upper bowl in the month of August. Never happened before. Lower bowl is completely sold out. Last year, we had 17,224 in the house. We're hoping that we can sell out at 18,100 this year, and it's on track.
Yeah,
you can't miss that game. If you've never been to it, I promise you there's no photos, there's no videos, nothing does it justice. Like when you're there and the mountain of stuffed animals travel.
Well, and the thing is, like, if you're in the lower bowl, and you're throwing a few teddy bears out, you're going to end up throwing about another 4 or 5 because
they're coming at you.
The upper bowl's coming down.
100%. And there's a lot of people that love kind of being in the splash zone, for lack of a better term. But the journey of the stuffed animal from the upper bowl to the lower bowl to the center to the ice, you're going to get a workout in. And it's all in the name of fun. And it's all in the name of a great cause, right? So, that teddy bear toss game, that is our signature. That's our staple. And tickets are selling extremely well in the month of September for a junior hockey game in an NHL market in December. Like, we're so privileged to have such great fan support.
Yeah, Kev, you guys tag teamed up with Love Pro Wrestling.
This is going to be the third time. This is like WrestleMania 3.
Spencer Love contacted me, and I'm going to be a part. I was supposed to be last year, but
I remember you purposely planned your vacation to not be there, but Eddie represented.
Yeah, I promised that I'm going to be on the Kevin Radomski weight training plan over the winter to be ready for this.
We're going to start. We'll get you hulked up. We'll get you ready to go, Kev.
Because I'm going to take this Thaddeus dude down. And I'm going to, he's
talking smack.
Oh,
right. You know that.
I've seen this guy. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, this is another event that's getting to be quite popular.
Absolutely. And again, if you haven't seen this, we're going to be doing it on Sunday, January the 25th. Love Pro Wrestling. We set a ring up right beside the Zamboni Tunnel. When you walk in that afternoon, you're going to see live pro wrestling right as you walk in the door. Clotheslines, suplexes, all of it. And then we warm up. Then we do some more matches. We play the first period, more matches, second period, more matches. It's unbelievable. They've had titles change. Like, it's a lot of fun. You get 3 periods of junior hockey, and you'll get matches from Love Pro Wrestling. It's one ticket price, one seat. You get them both. It's great.
Good stuff. Am I missing anything, Kev, here as far as other promote? Like you said, you're doing it every weekend.
Yeah.
But,
you know what the biggest thing is? It's all about the family entertainment, and it's all about the value. So you can come to Rogers Place, the same place the Edmonton Oilers play, $20 seats. So families can come. And we have a great kids food combos. They start at $7.50. Like, Gary Meyer can afford the kids food combos, and they have.
Gary Meyer,
he's looking through his pockets right now. You're on your way, Gary. That's great.
He orders off the kids menu.
Well, for sure he does. He kind of crouches down a little bit, right? And he's
no, not at all.
True enough. He just walks up to the concession. But we have kids food combos that start at $7.50, and they're the food that kids want to eat. You don't need to be a kid to order. You get great seats for $20. Kids food combos at $7.50. It's so much fun. We can't wait to welcome everyone back starting this Saturday afternoon at 4:00 at Rogers Place.
Good stuff, Kev, as always.
Thank you. Appreciate the support.
Love when you come in, and
it's on record. You're going to be part of LPW, the Oil Rumble. You're going to be part of that in January.
25th. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Spencer,
you're on the record.
He called me and he said, we need you there. And he says, you don't have to do too much. I said, well, no, I'll be getting it.
So we love it. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, and continued success.
Let's do it.
That's Kevin Radomski, Edmonton Oil Kings Director of Business Operations. And our puck report brought to you by Fountain Tire. If you need tires right now, well, we got the deals for you, because we got 0% financing for 6 months, equal payments over 12, both with no interest. Check them out at fountaintire.com. Duke, we got to give away the winner of the first round.
Yeah, correct answer was my first guess.
Yes,
not to,
James Cook,
brag.
right?
James Cook, the high-scoring fantasy player from last night's Thursday Night Football game, excluding Josh Allen, who had himself another terrific outing.
What was Tua's, by the way?
Not good. He threw for like 140 yards, the pick.
2 TDs, though.
Did have 2 scores, but
he would have been damn near 20 points, would he not?
I don't think so. He didn't have any rushing yards.
Yeah.
I already closed the box score, but I don't think he had a particularly strong night in I don't think many people are starting Tua Tagovailoa on their fantasy team after the first 2 weeks. So, but all the winner, the correct answers in the wheel. Spun it, and Miles.
Big Miles
is our winner here for our first round $50 gift card. So I've set him up with the details to go pick that up from the downtown location.
Good stuff. Top of the hour, it is golfing with the G-Men. I got to thank, and I went off on that rant on the Canadian Soccer Association. Sometimes you just lose it. But I got, Todd, Trevor, Earl, Soggy, Sean, Patty, Husks, Richie, MTR, a couple others that I maybe missed were saying, glad that a guy sort of held these guys to task. And I mean, I'm doing nothing here, but man, they got to figure this out. This is just embarrassing. And a lot of people have asked for the email of that, and I'll send it to you. I'm sure the people wouldn't mind anyway. So top of the hour, we got Gary Meyer in golfing with the G-Man for the Country Club Tour. Ali Deeb from the CCT will join us because indoor golf, that's what he takes care of down at the CCT. And indoor golf is just, it's exploding. It's exploding in our city and really everywhere with the Tiger thing and everything else. So before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Harley Davidson of Edmonton on the Yellowhead Trail, locally owned and operated by the Kent family and celebrating 45 outstanding years in business. Harley Davidson of Edmonton on Yellowhead Trail. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Toronto Blue Jays kicking off their final road series of the season tonight in Kansas City against the Royals. Max Scherzer taking the bump for the Bluebirds. First pitch scheduled for 5:40. 15 other games around the majors, including the Yankees, continuing their AL East matchup in Baltimore. The Rays hosting the Red Sox. Pivotal AL West matchup kicking off between the Mariners and the Astros. And Clayton Kershaw will make his final regular season start from Dodger Stadium as LA hosts the Giants. Week 16 in the CFL getting underway with the Argos hosting Montreal. The Owls extending wide receiver Tyler Snead on a 2-year deal earlier this morning. And the Stamps will host the Lions down in Calgary the second half of the doubleheader. Women's Rugby World Cup action in England has Team Canada taking on New Zealand in semi-final action. That getting underway later on this morning. And junior hockey back underway in and around the city. The Oil Kings down and ready to kick off their season before their home opener tomorrow. Spruce Grove Saints open up the new Thompson Family Arena hosting the Brooks Bandits. That getting underway just after 7 o'clock. And the Sherwood Park Crusaders, they're in Okotoks to kick off their regular season. Coming up in hour 4 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by golf pro Gary Meyer as well as Ali Deeb from the Country Club Tour. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Listen up, because you're not going to want to miss this. Right now is your chance to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Summit Restaurant, located in the heart of the Silent Ice Center and just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Summit is your destination for exceptional house-made pizza, delicious entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails. Experience the perfect blend of flavor and ambiance in a modern setting. Join us for a straightforward yet elevated dining experience where our commitment to quality speaks to every bite and sip. Make Summit Restaurant your next night on the town.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Stop juggling lowest bid contractors, because at Wetaskiwin Ready Mix, one call does it all. From concrete supply to cribbing and pumping, we've got your project covered. Locally owned and operated, Wetaskiwin Ready Mix is proud to deliver on spec and on time every time, because we know quality concrete isn't cheap, and cheap concrete isn't quality. Send Wetaskiwin Ready Mix your blueprint. We'll handle the rest. Wetaskiwin Ready Mix, 780-352-4301.
Hey, did you hear what happened to Aiden?
Oh, yeah. It's heartbreaking.
Everyone knew this could happen. They've been posting those street races for months.
I know, right? Now his best friend is in the ICU. His family is devastated. All for some likes.
Totally wasn't worth it.
Street racing is deadly. Stop it before it stops you. A message.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:01 in Edmonton on a Friday. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you. Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube and X. And Fridays during the summer and into the fall at 10 o'clock means golfing with the G-Man, Gary Meyer for the Country Club Tour. Our second last show, Gary. Where did the summer go?
Hotter than a $2 pistol. Gotta like the possum. Yes, it is. We're sneaking up on the end of the season again. Well, and just the weather, it kind of fluctuated so much. Now it feels like summer.
And I mean, for people to be golfing almost into October here, where you're sweating.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I still haven't worn we played Tuesday at the Glendale.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a little. I saw our buddy Bruce Hardy out there, by the way. Gary McGarry.
Yeah. Well, there's a pair right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they got a great clan out there,
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
but I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be
together. Yeah, they all live together in the bush out there. Those guys. Hardy's kind of like the Sasquatch of the group.
He's the Sasquatch.
Yep, he's the big guy.
Yeah. What about the other two then?
Well, gremlins. Yeah, both of them.
Anyway, I thought it was going to be a little not chilly. I thought it was going to be average.
Yeah,
I had to put on the Oilers golf shirt they gave me.
Really?
I gave everyone.
Yeah,
because I was too hot. I didn't have an underneath.
So the muscle shirt and gym shorts.
Well, I'll tell you. Here's another thing, Gary, and this is you're going to say I'm out to lunch. I like wearing like the cut off sleeves, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And then when you go to a golf course, obviously you can't wear that,
right?
But if you took the golf shirt that you're wearing with the collar and cut off the sleeves,
yeah,
you would, as a man, you'd not be able to get on the course, correct?
Right.
But women wear those type of shirts all the time.
And
they can get on the course all the time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
well, who wants to see a big guy's where his back starts to hair out and looks like U.S. Open rough under his arms, and that and stuff steaming out of there.
U.S. Open.
Forget that. I just came from the dentist, by the way.
Oh, how are you?
Well, it's the freezing's come out, but I was thinking about Kramer, right? And and when they that, so Mel Torme, right?
Yes.
Now, what's Mel?
The Velvet Fog.
Exactly, the Velvet Fog. He would have been 100 years old on the 13th of September.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Why would I lie about that?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just bringing it up. But so, what song did he sing?
When you're smiling.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they're singing that at the end, and Kramer's, that's when he got punched in the mouth, right?
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, it was beautiful. Hey, I was I went out last night to Silent Ice to have a look. Holy smoke. I mean, you got to see have you seen it? Have you been out there?
Well, what are you talking?
The facility.
Yeah, well, in Nisku?
Yeah, it's close to Nisku, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's been going for quite a while now.
Right.
But now, like, Spruce Grove Saints are playing their first game in Spruce Grove tonight, and that's a brand new facility.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So that's what we've been talking for the last couple of days. Gregor's going to be on location out there today for his afternoon show.
So did they build that one too? Silent Ice?
Okay, well, I don't know the exact, I don't know the exact partnership with the city of Spruce Grove. I can't tell you.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but obviously the Silent Ice one in Nisku is Elks.
Yeah, they got quite a boy. I was looking at their roster of staff and owners and stuff like that, and boy, it's impressive. But that facility out there is just stunningly gorgeous, and it built for hockey and hockey fans.
Yeah,
it's.
I've been out there many times, and I know they have had curling events there, Gary.
Really?
Oh yeah, they had, and they're having another one on the World Curling Tour, on the Grand Slam events, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, they did a great job there.
What else you got on your notes here?
Well, the number one fan. It was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ashley was big birthday. They went out to the Red Lobster. Her dad really did it up. He took his bottles in, and they spent it all.
Oh, good for you.
I
see you got a whole bunch of notes on the Ryder Cup next week, and next week's show, our last show, will be obviously focusing on the Ryder Cup. They'll be 2 days in. Well, it'll be their second round or whatever you want to call it.
At Bethpage Black.
Just a savage course, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a beast. And, I think years ago, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when they started to have majors there and bigger events, it was one of the first courses that was lengthened out a lot.
Yeah.
That's
what
right.
I mean?
You know what I mean?
The longest. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then all the other courses started to creep up again.
They did, and there was a lot of guys that were that really got beat up on it. It was kind of like when they first opened the stadium course in Palm Springs. I mean, there was guys just hated it. But this is going to be interesting for sure. And today we're talking about indoor
and LED from the CCT.
Yeah. So go back to 1938 here in Edmonton. Masters Golf School. That was Alec Alnick. He opened on Jasper Avenue in 38. Okay. And that was the first facility where you would, could hit golf balls indoors. And I can remember going down there, in the 70s, and it sounded like a rifle shot because you hit balls into a canvas tarp. And this thing was just it sounded like guys were down there shooting shotguns.
Which is the same sound you get now, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was kind of the beginning of indoor golf there.
So was that more like that's just practicing, right?
Yep,
and
they were just blasting. Well, Alex had the first golf school. It was Alex Alnick's golf school. He also had the driving range he started the driving range on Grierson Hill.
Okay.
Now, you may not remember a driving range being there, but there was also one in Borden Park. So these go way back. And so then after that, here in Edmonton, there was the indoor golf. What was it called? I think it was just called indoor golf.
Yeah.
And Wayne Bygrave was involved.
Well,
there.
even just think,
indoor golf world.
Okay.
Yeah.
But think about when they got the golf dome going here.
Yeah.
Down, and then they had, all the sorcery and the nights, they had the feed and the meals and all that stuff.
That was awesome. Dennis O'Dowd.
Okay,
yeah. And he started that out there, and they inflated that thing. And it was because they didn't have a lot of history on what to do, but they put the sand down to deaden things because the golf balls were going everywhere off the concrete. And then, of course, with the sand, when they went out to pick the balls, it churned up the dust. And
it was like it was not good for the lungs in there.
No. And then the other thing that happened was because of the sand, it was so porous on the golf balls. And then when you got a picker, of course, now you're grinding them, and you're you're hitting
Yeah.
after a while, the dimples were pretty much gone. And it was, and everybody was in there wanting to hit their driver. Well, it was only, so long. So they
And
put
high, right?
Yeah, they put some hoops up there to kind of, hit it through here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, but the food was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Well, they had those dinner nights, right?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah,
Wow.
he did that all. Well, he was the one that started the Make-A-Wish golf tournament.
Right.
Not long after they opened the Dome, and it's been going, golly, I think they're 30 up to 30 years or so now. It's amazing.
Well, I remember we had Dave Nelson, and we'll ask Ali Deeb about this too, about, with the TGL. When that, I watched the TGL for 15 minutes. It was just a novelty for me, the Tiger thing. And,
yeah.
But I mean, the amount, I said, would that ever happen? I asked Dave out it, when we had him in from Whitetail. And, he said, I don't think that it would ever get to that stage here in Edmonton. Like I said, would someone build a facility minus the stands and minus everything like that, but a facility where, to me, you're hitting the ball with the computer, but you still have that feel with the putting and the sand. And,
no, it certainly looked interesting. With like Top Golf is coming. I don't know if you knew that. The River Cree, with their expansion, they're going to have a Top Golf there. And I went to one and I thought, you'd only go a couple of times and it would, but apparently it is hot. I mean, they've got them. The one I went to was in Phoenix, but they got them in Vegas, they got them in Japan, they're all over the place. And from what I was told, they're putting a Top Golf in over
at River Cree.
And
Bruce Hardy is going to be involved there.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, no. Is he going to be a bouncer or what's he going to be?
A bouncer.
Yeah. Welcome to the casino. My name's Bruce.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, mind you, I mean, the size of them.
It's not a Top Golf. It's something else, isn't it? But I think it's more of an academy, I think, Gary.
Oh, is it?
I think it's more, and that's where Bruce is involved in, and it's, with Indigenous kids and stuff like that. It's more of an academy thing.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah. So
interesting. Well, and the other thing that was kind of a novelty here, do you remember when they had the Sky Range right here in West Edmonton Mall up there? It was kind of a neat idea, but there again, I mean, it just faded.
Yeah. Duke, do you ever remember that here at the mall here?
Predates me. I never saw. I didn't even know it exists, but Connor Halley speaks of it very fondly. He was a West Side kid growing up over here in La Pearl, so Connor was very familiar with it.
Yeah. So it was just, what was the biggest problematic thing about it, Gary? I mean, it was on the roof here.
Yeah, I think all the netting and everything else just became a real issue with it.
Wind and
yes, it was. Yeah, and the birds, of course. That's a lot of fun. But the Top Golf. To me, it's a novelty thing. But boy, oh boy, they seem to get the people through that. I mean, they got the food, they got the drinks, so they go out, and a lot of non-golfers go and have a night.
Yeah.
That was great. But that was one of the things they tried here. And
then, like, even in Calgary, right, they have that one where it's sort of heated. It's an all season thing, right?
Yeah, it's a dome there too.
It's heated, and you're hitting it outside, and they clear off where the balls are going to get picked up and stuff.
Yeah.
And where you swing, and Calgary's maybe a little more milder here at times than Edmonton, but it can get cold there. Maybe they're not as busy when it gets temperatures dropping, but again, that's just, and there's decks there, right, in Calgary where you're several levels.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
The first time I saw the deck thing, I went over to play in the golf tournament in Japan. And the first night they had us right in downtown Tokyo.
Yeah.
And they took a bunch of us over to this place called the Takanawa golf facility. And this thing was unbelievable. It's long. It's an outdoor driving range, but the nets are huge. And Mike Loftus was hitting it outside over the nets. And so they asked him maybe just to tone it down a little bit. But you walked in and the guy behind the counter was wearing like a tuxedo, and it was beautiful, this whole front counter. And so he said, oh, okay, you're E4. So you're going to go up to E level and you're going to be to number 4. So you open the locker, and here's these warm, wet towels to wipe your hands. and then you push the button, and the balls come out, boom, 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 in a bucket, and that's registered down there at the computer. This is in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit your balls, you go down, and you say, I was at E4. Oh, okay, well, you hit 2 buckets. That's going to be, 450 yen. It was awesome. It was really unbelievable. And there was guys there that had one golf club, and that was their golf, because the golf was very expensive over there and not a lot of courses.
Yeah.
So that was their golf experience. So these guys would hit balls, and then they'd sit around. They had a little putting green there too. And these guys would sit around in Japanese and talk about, how well they were hitting it, how good they played, and everything else. That was their golf.
Kevin Karius, Gary Meyer with you, golfing with the G-Man. This text came in from Dr. Willen Gibbons, a domed 18-hole golf course that he said near Red Tail.
Yes,
near at Red Tail. It was I thought it was supposed to be in the middle, not near Red Tail, but this was a collaboration from people in Calgary and Edmonton to have like a indoor golf course.
Yep.
Which would cost billions of dollars.
It would have. Yeah.
And you could play 24 hours a day.
Yeah. They were going to light it. Yeah. All that stuff. And they claimed that Nicholas was involved, but maybe he came up with some kind of a concept. But I mean,
I don't know how it would have worked.
Well, like a giant, what would you call it? A giant hothouse, for growing plants.
Whatever it would be. But maybe the technology I heard that about this. I heard about it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe the technology some day down the road can be there. I don't know how. I mean, and again, this was where you could hit your driver, and if you skied at 300 yards in the air, no problem.
No. Well, I mean, when I first went in the Houston Astrodome, thought, holy, because you could stand the entire, what did they say? Was it the Eiffel Tower?
Mm-hmm.
One of the towers, end to end, you could turn it all the way around. I mean, that's how big it was in there.
Golfing with the G-Man, brought to you by the Country Club Tour. They got the $100 off right now for the 2026 CCT membership cards on sale. Availability is limited, though. They probably have a few left for 2026, but $100 off. You can't beat this deal for all 7 courses that are involved. But we're going to talk indoor golf. And how popular it has become in Edmonton and area. And again, this is climate related. There's no denying that. But I was blown away by the amount of leagues, by the amount of everything. And we're going to talk to Ali Deep from the Country Club Tour when we come back. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you on Sports 1440. It's golfing with the G-Men for the Country Club Tour. And we're streaming on YouTube and X.
Mr. Rooter goes for a fall stroll.
Ah, the beauty of fall. These leaves are crunchier than that calcified shower head I replaced this morning. And the earthy yellow oranges and browns are as colorful as the wad of hair I pulled out of the shower drain.
Ugh, Mr. Rooter, can we talk about something else?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you didn't like fall. You look about as sour as the sewer line I unclogged yesterday.
For a plumber you'll truly fall for, call Mr. Rooter.
It's time to hit the greens. Elevate your golf game with Country Club Tour Golf Academy. No matter your experience, our PGA of Canada teaching pros are here to help. Enjoy lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440, Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
and so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
Want some good news? St. Albert Dodge is holding the biggest sale of the year on their in-stock Ram 1500 Sports. Every single one on the lot is discounted by a whopping $14,000. Yeah, 14 grand. And St. Albert Dodge has the best selection in Alberta. Over 90 Ram 1500 Sports to choose from with great packages, including the Night Edition and GT models, all $14,000 off the ticket price. Get down there and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. Stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. TNA Wrestling makes its explosive debut at the Expo Center on Friday, September 26th and Saturday, September 27th for back-to-back nights. Buy your tickets online today. Learn more about what's happening at the Expo Center by visiting the calendar of events online at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different. After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. Tomorrow at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels. Family fun that's second to none with Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist. Plus, bracelet making on the concourse. The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home opener tomorrow at 4. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
Shop the Fall Big Red Sale at Canadian Tire and save up to 50% on select seasonal must-haves until September 25th. Conditions and exclusions apply.
It's time to rev up your engines at the Finning Sales Event, Tuesday, September 23rd. Take advantage of event exclusives and score big with 0% financing. Demo the latest Cat heavy-duty equipment as they celebrate 100 years. Plus, you can pick up your perk with every equipment purchase, $2,000 in additional discounts or free select attachments. Big machines, big savings, big fun. That's Tuesday, September 23rd. Edmonton Finning, 10910 170th Street Northwest.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
Wow. All right, welcome back to the big program. 1022 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you on Sports 1440. Golfing with the G-Man with Gary Meyer for the Country Club Tour. And we're going to talk a little indoor golf with Ali Deeb from the Country Club Tour. Morning, Ali. You're with Kevin Karius and Gary Meyer. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited for it.
We're going to have some fun here. And I mean, I was blown away when I went into the CCT, maybe a year and some ago with the amount of people that were there on a Wednesday morning at 11 in the morning. And I couldn't believe it. It's just indoor golf has taken off. Maybe just to give us some reasons why you think it's been so popular in our city.
I was listening earlier and you guys kind of touched on it. The big aspect is obviously, the weather of Alberta, right? We got probably the most diehard fan base of golfers I've ever seen in my life living right here in Edmonton. And about 6 to 8 months of the year, depending on the year, is questionable weather, right? So that's the big beauty of us is it's inside. It's always perfect conditions. You're never going to get rained out or lightning or nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other part of it, too, is it's really nice to have so many people in a close space, like bachelor parties and corporate events and stuff like that. They're such a hit in here because it's like, how else can you golf and also be able to talk to the group, three groups behind you, right? So it's great for the social aspect. It's great for the weather aspect. And, I mean, it's a lot cheaper than going outside.
Yeah. Well, the technology, Ali, in this stuff now is really jumped. I mean, I haven't been to an indoor facility for a few years, and back then you blasted it up against the screen, and then the next thing you know, you were, over there putting into an imaginary hole, and it was, it was a little archaic, but what else did you have?
Yeah.
But it's leaps and bounds now, from what I understand.
No, most definitely. And if you haven't been in a few years, I definitely recommend you do. Even just from like 3 years ago till now, I would say CCT has made some huge improvements in here. We did all new computers over at the original center and added in a bunch of new ones over here. We're getting all new software in here. And personally, I just think this software is top of the line. It's amazing. We'll get more into that later, I'm sure. But yeah, it's crazy to see how far it's come. I started in here 6 or 7 years ago, the day we opened. And our simulator box was on the ground. If you were a lefty or a righty, you had to switch it to the other side. You know, every 5 hits, it would miss 2 hits, right? Like, it wasn't smooth golfing at all. And then here we are 7 years later. And obviously, it'll never be the same as outside, but it's getting to the point that it's the next best thing. And it's about as close as we can get.
Yeah. That software, maybe let's just go there now.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, like how much and at what point, and is it, I assume, Ali, that it continues to improve and to get bigger and better, every year.
Most definitely, yeah. So last year we heard about this software. It's called GS Pro. And we brought it in kind of just as a tester to see how it went, because we were quite happy with our current software as it was. But we brought it in and it was just something special. I mean, like, chipping wise in specific, I've never necessarily been a huge fan of chipping inside because you don't get that depth perception and whatnot. But it's about as realistic as it can be. It's definitely better than what we were using before. And then the big selling point on this software is the amount of courses. Last time I checked, there were just under 1,800 total courses from all around the world. They got courses that you and I have played, like Ravencrest and Redtail and the Ranch are all on there. Or you can play Augusta, you can play Pebble Beach, all the TPC courses are on there. So it's something special, I'm telling you. It's fun.
What would be the most popular course? Like, is it Augusta, or like what are people punching in?
It depends. So we just started getting this software in recently, and our old software didn't have Augusta. So our old software, Banff Springs, was definitely the most popular course. But on our new software, I feel like, Augusta is a big hit. And you'd be surprised how many people come inside and want Edmonton courses. Like, come inside and ask for Sandpiper, and I'm like, it's 10 minutes away, guys.
Really? That's now. Is there any proprietary protection for the golf courses? Like, how do you get, say, the Masters? Or that? I mean, do they just dial it up and you use it, or do you have to pay them a royalty, or how does that go?
Well, we just order it through like GS Pro does all the licensing for that kind of stuff. So we just have to pay our yearly fee to GS Pro, and then I'm not really sure how they handle it. I'm sure there is some dues being paid out to these courses for their name and likeness, I would imagine. But I'm not actually 100% sure how the behind the scenes goes.
Yeah, because it'd be hard to protect it, but
I would imagine each course, gets a fee.
Yeah,
and then that's just part of the. When you download it, maybe they get a hit. I would imagine.
Yeah, I guess like a royalty on radio or for a song. Yeah. I would imagine you probably get a lot of guys wanting to play the 17th hole at Sawgrass.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You get a lot of Sawgrass requests. I mean, all the hits are on here, right? Like any one that you ever dreamed of playing, for the most part, is on here. You got Paynes Valley on there. That's always fun, and they got that 19th hole par 3.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. You guys got to give that a run next time you're in.
Do you have you have the capability, say you want to play 17 at Sawgrass and whatever, say 12 at Augusta. Can you download just the 18 of your favorite holes?
You can actually download 18 of your favorite holes. You have to download by course. But then you can select which holes you want to play on a course, right? Like we have guys that come in and they just want to work on their irons and wedges. So they, just give me all the par 3s on Augusta, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You can do stuff like that, of course, but just can't do like, one hole here, one hole there, and then make your own 18.
Yeah.
That would be a cool concept.
That would be really cool, actually. I think I might email GS Pro about that after this call here.
Yeah.
I'll take my royalty on that, Ali.
All right. I'll make sure to keep you in the loop.
Well, it's like Bear's Best, that golf course in Vegas. Every hole is one of his premieres, and there was a one hole on there. I'm going, I couldn't believe it was on there. That it was like playing in a tree farm.
Yeah,
but no, what a great, and the visuals. I mean, they've changed just a little bit from when it was like Pong golf. to what you got now. I mean, you can see everything and the undulations.
It's unreal. And you guys, Ali, I mean, you have so many leagues. Maybe bust that down for us, because that's the most popular thing. I think, when I was talking to Tarek about, during the course of the year, and when I went in there, as I said, I went in and there was a league going on a Wednesday at 12 o'clock, and I was like blown away because it was jam packed. So I'm sure that's the main focus for you guys during the winter.
Yeah, no, it's a huge hit, and I mean, anyone who's golfed in a league knows why it's a hit, right? It just adds a little more fun to it, adds a little more, something on the line to the game, which is already fun enough on its own. But yeah, we're loaded up with leagues. We got at our original center there, that's the one just off Kingsway Ave. That one has 2 men's leagues on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we also have a third men's league at our new location here at World of Golf. And all 3 of those are 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we got a little warm-up set up beforehand. And, especially if the Oilers are on, the boys love to hang around, watch the game, right, have a beer. So those are our men's leagues. We got our 2 ladies' leagues, one at World of Golf and one at CCT, the original center there, both on Mondays there. And then we have our senior league also, which is over at, or not necessarily a senior league, but a mixed league is what I should say. And that's over at CCT Indoor Center. That's the one you were talking about on Wednesday. It starts at 9 a.m. there. And they come in every week, 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. And they never let us down, those mixed league guys.
That's Gary's kind of.
Yeah. Is there a pace of play? So say a foursome comes in, and, the guys are, you want to limit the tee time, right? So does the computer say, okay, you got so long to hit, just like the pitch count now?
TGL has that.
Yeah. So don't be standing around all day drinking beer and telling your buddies, how unreal you are.
No, we don't have any system like that in place as of yet. But currently, like, the way it works is you just book the time slot you want.
Yeah.
It takes typically about an hour per person to play 18, 2 guys, 2 hours, 4 guys, 4 hours, and so on.
Okay.
But like, if you're experienced on them too, you can get it done quicker than that. Like, we have some regulars that come in and it'll be 4 guys and they'll play 18 and 2.5, 2:45, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Yeah.
No, that's okay. It's the other side that would concern me, because you're selling time and space, right? Just like real golf course.
By the hour though. So like, if you want to come, bring the boys, have some beers and take your time, just book an extra hour so there's no rush. Nobody will be booked behind you, right? And then you just take your time, play your golf, book what you want. We're never trying to rush anyone out of here, for sure. We love having the guys in here. We got a great customer base, luckily.
Do you have a throwing area?
We don't have a throwing area, no.
You should have, right? There should be
Daryl McDonald should.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, we'll call it the DM zone.
The DM zone.
And so what you do, you hit it bad, but you when you throw it, I mean, you don't have to go far, and it gets hung up in the netting, and then you can fish it out of there a little bit.
Yeah.
So that there is a penalty to try to get it out. So you use that fine threaded stuff. Because Daryl can wing them, boy.
Oh yeah. Or even just like a big pit of, like, you see at gymnastic places, a big pit of foam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm thinking like the hammer throw. You got netting all around you so you don't kill somebody.
Daryl would be perfect.
Oh yeah, you could do the overhand tomahawk, the side pitch.
He could give lessons in that.
Yeah, the full on. You need a little running room too, because a guy that's to really launch it sometimes. You can't take that. I'm not going to put up with that for my equipment.
Exactly. Ali D from the Country Club Tour with us. Gary Meyer, Kevin Karius on Sports 1440. Dave Nelson was in Ali a number of months ago, and I asked him this question. I'll ask you the same. Do you ever foresee like a facility that is comparable, not the same, to a TGL facility that we saw, earlier this year with Tiger Woods? And I'm not talking about fans and stuff like that, but I'm talking about this facility where the screen is that big and you have the capability of maybe some undulations with a real putting green and some sand. Would that happen? Is it possible? Is it 5 years, 10 years down the road? What do you think?
As of right now, I can't really see it happening in Edmonton. The only reason I say that too is not because we don't have the customer base for it. We most definitely do. It's just the cost that would go into a building like that. And with the the prices have come down quite a bit in the virtual golf industry,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not quite where you want them to be if you're going to be putting in something like that, I think. I mean, it's going to run you just so much money that it would take so long to get your money's worth out of it is the thing. I would love to see it, but I think like you said, like maybe in 10 years when the technology is a little more advanced and it's not as expensive to put something like that together, I could most definitely see it coming. And I say that specifically because I never would have thought something like CCT would open up and then 10 bays wasn't enough and then 20 bays wasn't enough. Now we got a second building with 40 more bays, right? Like 10 years ago, if you said that, you'd say, Ali, you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
But here we are. So
how many total bays have you got in both locations, Ali?
So we're adding in 21 more over here. About 10 of those are good to go, but we're still putting on some finishing touches. Hopefully by October, this center here, which I'm at, is World of Golf. It would have 41 bays. And then across the street at the CCT Indoor Center, that one will still have the original 28.
Wow.
Looking at 70, it's unreal.
Crazy,
So what?
right?
Yeah. So what's it cost? So Karius and I show up with our, our clubs, and we roll in,
Comped
and
for us.
yeah, yeah, and, yeah.
So if you guys showed up, obviously I would take care of you guys. But
No. I'm not looking
the
for
way
any graph. Well, cash is nice, but I'm not looking for any graph. But, just Arthur Average comes in with his buddy
For sure.
Jimmy Jack, and what's it cost?
Yeah, so the way it works is we're a member-based system in here, right? We got our annual membership, which costs $100 on its own or $50 to add on if you already have our outdoor membership. I don't know if you guys have touched on that, but we own the 7 courses as well, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's $100 on its own or $50 to add on, and it gets you about 40 to 50% off at our 3 indoor facilities for the entire year there. So if you're playing a game and you aren't a member, it's $45 an hour. If you are a member, it's $25 an hour, right? And then if you're doing driving range and you aren't a member, it's $25 an hour. And if you are a member, it's $15 an hour. So, I mean, if you're going to come in once a month throughout the winter just to keep the swing alive, it basically pays for itself. It doesn't take a whole lot of uses, but that's the way it kind of works in here.
Yeah, so you can keep your hands calloused.
Exactly. You don't want to come in with soft hands, April 1st. No.
I remember Mo Norman saying, who the heck was it? We were at, Daryl might remember. Anyway, he says, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Oh, you're not a golf pro. You're not a golf pro. Oh, it was Wayne Starkey said it too. You're not a golf pro. Didn't have big blisters and stuff all over his hands.
Oh, man. Hey, Ali, this has been a lot of fun, very informative. And again, you just mentioned it 6-7 years ago. You would have never thought that you guys would have 70 bays, and they're booked all the time. And it's just such a popular sport in the winter because we are golf crazy people here in Edmonton.
Yeah,
it is that simple. So
the Pirates Cove, you ever seen one of those?
No.
It's a 36-hole putting course. It's on an acre of property, and it is as much fun. Greg Pidlasky, Mark Shushak, Daryl McDonald, myself, and there was a couple other guys that we went to one of those down in Florida, and we had the best time. Loftus was with it. It's a big area. It's quite tall. It's like a bit of a mountain kind of a thing. But I always thought that would be a neat thing to have indoors, and it's kind of a West Edmonton Mall type of thing, or a Sam Musa kind of thing, where you're the guy. Thing about that too, it's kids, it's seniors, it's everybody.
Yeah.
So put that on the list. Ask Sam about that.
Yeah, I'll definitely bring it up. You guys are sending me out of here with a lot of ideas today. I'm going to owe you guys too much royalties, eh?
Well, yeah. Well, you were looking for a job when you got that one. So,
hey, thanks, Ali. Continued success at the CCT. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much.
That's Ali Deep Country Club Tour again. It's just it's a booming business, and you see people golfing. We've gone out to Terra Pines in January.
Yep.
And in not just gone out there, have to phone for a tee time.
There's a very thin line between dedication and stupidity.
And a lot of it happens in this studio every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Why are you looking at the Duke?
No, I was actually looking at Josh.
Oh, okay. Duke's working
They weren't
hard
even
here.
listening, Gary.
No, they don't care.
No.
Yeah, well, they're a lot like.
I can't help but listen all the time.
Yeah, they're like.
It's my job.
They're like
I quite literally get paid to listen to Kevin Karius talk for 4 hours
man.
straight.
Yeah,
That's just got to be pure hell.
Yeah, it's 4 hours a day you like to get back, eh? In your life.
Yeah, pure hell. When we come back, we'll wrap the show up, and we'll touch on I guess we'll touch on next week in a Little Ryder Cup, and maybe get some of your thoughts. Who might play better than with whom, and that's the big thing, right? It's you got to find that
mix and
connection.
match. Yeah,
that connection and that chemistry. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Gary Meyer golfing with a G man for the Country Club Tour and Sports 1440. We're streaming on YouTube and X.
Some people wake up and get dressed for work in a suit and tie or a nice dress. At GS Construction, we're less fashion forward and more putting our best foot forward. We wear hard hats and steel toe boots, and most importantly, we wear 50 years of experience with pride. It's not glamorous, it's definitely not easy, but it matters. We do it well. So if you'd like to be part of something where your work matters, GS Construction is hiring. Just remember, when you come for an interview, ditch the tie. See more at gsconstruction.ca.
Looking for an all-season vehicle with room for the hockey gear, comfort for the daily commute, and rugged capability for your weekend adventures? That's the all-new 2025 Jeep Compass, and you'll find it during the biggest sale of the year this month at St. Albert Dodge. Now, what can I say? It's a Jeep, it's a 4x4, and it's loaded with standard features like an 8.4-inch touchscreen, keyless entry, and heated front seats, all starting from just $34,900. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. Stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. TNA Wrestling makes its explosive debut at the Expo Center on Friday, September 26th and Saturday, September 27th for back-to-back nights. Buy your tickets online today. Learn more about what's happening at the Expo Center by visiting the calendar of events online at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
It's time to hit the greens. Elevate your golf game with Country Club Tour Golf Academy. No matter your experience, our PGA of Canada teaching pros are here to help. Enjoy lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
Blue Jays fans, this weekend and every weekend,
You can catch Toronto Blue Jays ball games
right here on Sports 1440. Ben Schulman provides the play-by-play. You provide the chips and beer. Check out the Blue Jays this weekend on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
I'm a little hungry.
I've got booster balls from Booster Juice.
Booster what now?
Booster balls. They're little protein bites packed with nutrients, chewy, crunchy, yummy, and new flavors all the time. Like this little guy, the new mint chocolate booster ball, peppermint, cocoa, coconut, peanut butter, maple syrup, all rolled up into a delightful little bite-sized snack.
Why am I just hearing about this now?
I don't know.
Can I have one?
No.
Booster Juice, Canadian born, blending since 1999.
God said, I need somebody to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, go to town, and stay all night at a meeting at the school board. So God made a farmer.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We are so thankful God made a farmer. For the month of September, it is our goal to feed 500 families. With every vehicle sold, we will feed a family of 4. So please help us reach our goal. Visit us online at northgategm.com.
It's time to rev up your engines at the Finning Sales Event, Tuesday, September 23rd. Take advantage of event exclusives and score big with 0% financing. Demo the latest Cat heavy-duty equipment as they celebrate 100 years. Plus, you can pick up your perk with every equipment purchase, $2,000 in additional discounts or free select attachments. Big machines, big savings, big fun. That's Tuesday, September 23rd. Edmonton Finning, 10910 170th Street Northwest.
Hey, tough game today, Coach. What happened out there? Well, our O-line was about as sturdy as a The receivers couldn't catch a beat. They tried. Next question. Somebody needs a filter. Napa Auto Parts annual fall filter event sale is on now till September 21st. Visit your participating Napa store and get your cabin, air, and oil filters and more to keep your vehicle or equipment running in peak winning condition this fall. That's Napa know-how.
That's the sound of the Harley you've been dreaming about. And this is the sound of opportunity knocking. And it's coming from Harley-Davidson of Edmonton.
Our end of season sale is on, and we're clearing the floor with unbelievable prices on a huge selection of pre-owned bikes. This is your moment to own the legend.
Find your dream machine at Harley-Davidson of Edmonton on the Yellowhead Trail. Locally owned and operated by the Kent family and celebrating 45 years.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:45 in Edmonton. Heard that song 504 times, Gary.
You know what? And I never tire of it.
No.
Never. It's like Stompin' Tom. You know, there's stuff you can play with him.
What's your favorite Stompin' Tom
song? Well, it's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, driving down the highway smiling. Yeah.
Yeah. Bud the Spud?
Bud the Spud from the bright red mud.
I'm trying. I don't know if I have Sudbury Saturday Night, maybe.
Yeah. Well, the hockey song.
Oh,
I mean,
well, that goes without saying.
Yeah. Oh, I like that Bud the Spud.
Bud the Spud.
Yeah.
Ryder Cup gets going next week, Gary.
Yes, we were talking about matches, trying to get the right
pairings.
The pairings, getting that right, like the legend of Ricky Bobby. You know, you got to have that shake and bake. You know, be able to do your thing.
Luke Donald is captain.
Yep.
Of the European team. He might have the easiest job if he so chooses to roll out what he rolled out in 2023. In 2023, Luke Donald rolled out the same four pairings for both foursome sessions. Won those matches 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
The pairings were Victor Hovland and Ludwig Ahlberg, Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood, John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, Shane Lowry, Sepp Straka. Would you be stunned if he breaks that up?
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
I mean, if it's working, and those guys are going to say, you know, I've been playing good, and so, you know, we really match up well, and you know, we ham and egg it or whatever it's going to be. And you know, because they've all got great feedback, and they're going to work with the captain. I would certainly start that way. I mean, shuffle a deck after that, but throw that at them.
That was on home soil.
Yeah. Well, and the Americans haven't. they won the last two at home, so and all the shouting and arm waving and taking the.
Let me ask you this one too on that subject. Do you think it's gotten too out of hand? I think it's been out of hand on several occasions.
Yep.
Is it too out of hand?
Well, it's out of hand, and I think the reason is liquid courage. You know, they want to sell alcoholic beverages at these events, and guys get revved up, and the fans, and I don't think it's the players as much, because there's more respect for each other. I mean, these guys are all top level athletes, but the fans, they can get into it, and they can cause a problem, and I don't think that's right. There should be a little more respectability.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there's Cam Tate. Oh God.
Respectability.
Yeah.
Come on in, Cam. But there have been times when players may have gone over the edge a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, you think about the Justin Leonard putt. That's 20 some years ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember even where it was, but and then they all ran under the green. And I think it was Bernard Longer still had a putt yet.
That's right. Yeah. No, and that's wrong. And guys got to control their emotions there too.
Hey,
It's like any sport that way. And I've never been a fan of Reed.
Yeah.
He just
Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of his antics, but also because of the other accusations of not quite doing the right thing out there, finding a ball that wasn't really there.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, we're all competitive. We all like to win. And like I try to tell my grandson, show as much class and dignity when you lose as when you win. And by the same token, I would say to my friends, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. I knew I wasn't going to win, so I quit. So that's kind of my motto.
I just see, and Cam Tate has finally got his way into the studio here.
Yeah.
And he is just looking at Gary Meyer with adoration and the knowledge and the inspiration that Gary Meyer is spewing out. And Cam is just shaking his head and he's soaking that knowledge in. It's like a sponge over there.
He sure is. And look, you got to stop cutting your own hair, Cam. Mine's bad enough, but that looks like what it looks like is when somebody dropped the mower blades down too low on the green. And look at this, look at the sides. US Open rough on the sides there, but Cam is still, and this is honestly, Cam's still one of my heroes. I think the world of Cam.
Yeah.
You always hurt the one you love.
That's right. Yeah. And I don't know how many years you've known Cam, but for me, it's 28 or something. But yeah, just every time something happens and you start laughing, I don't know.
He has stories and people have stories about him. So yeah, the wonderful world of Cam Tate.
Yeah. Should write a book.
Yeah. Yeah. The coloring would be an interesting part of it too.
Oh man.
Well, we're just going to wrap this up. I just wanted to touch on this because he was a very good friend of mine, Jeff Howe. He passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And Bob, Michael, and Roxanne, and all of us that Roxanne was married to him, and we went to school with her since grade 2, and I hung out with Jeff since I was 12. And it's tough things, but you know what? It's the memories of what you did and the times you had when you lose somebody. And that makes me smile. I'm happy that way, but so sad for his passing.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Gary. Sorry to hear that. We got a busy week coming up. Even, again, people are golfing still like you wouldn't believe. It's tough to get a tee time at the end of September here.
Well, you're limited for daylight hours,
Yeah. Starting up a little different.
They get shorter.
And, courses now, the supers are going, okay, we're getting close to putting this baby to bed.
Well, they're going to try for sure. I mean, we really haven't had a first frost, though.
No, and I don't think there's anything in the next week or so either.
No, because you get squeezed at both ends. So you got the frost delay in the morning, and now you're running into darkness. So, like again, you got time and space to sell, and that's what you're going to do. But golf courses historically, they picked a date to close, and some of them extended it. But then you run the risk of what's going to happen in the spring if you don't put it to bed properly. So
I totally agree with that. And that's, like I've played at the ranch for years, and Murray and those guys, they set the date, and that's the date.
Yep.
And it helps with the staff because when am I leaving? What am I doing? Am I hanging around? And then they put her to bed. And that's why it's one of the best conditioned courses to start in April.
Yeah.
Because they didn't cheat on the other side.
No, that's right. You can't have it both ways, especially in this climate.
Oh, Playbook Vic said he's talking about Patrick Reed. He said, just say it. Just say it, Gary.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
As my good friend Mark Banistersky, who passed away a number of years ago, he would come up with things that didn't make sense. Cheater, pants on fire.
Yeah, there you go. No, he I just can't get past the one where he hits it into the palm tree and he identifies it. And when they go back and run the tape, it clearly went in the other tree. And there's no doubt it went in the other tree, yet he identified it in the one forward. And just stuff. They're just stuff.
I don't know. I don't recall that one, but again, so how does he identify it? And it's not even like,
Well, that's
has
the
to be the
thing.
same ball, or like, does the playing partner not know what ball he's
Oh,
hitting?
no, well, he's claiming that he can see his mark on the ball. So you're responsible for,
Well, it's a
There
gentleman's
it is.
game. You're supposed to be.
yeah, no, that's right. It's all about the integrity and the honor, but
What do you got cooking for this week, Gary? We got one more show next week. We got to find.
Well,
we got to find.
yeah,
we got to think about our guest for next week to close.
well,
things out.
I'm going to squeeze him. I'm asking Craig Simpson.
Just squeeze him.
I just sent him a note here because he had his golf tournament for a long
Yeah.
time and did just wonderful things that way. And it's nice to go into the hockey part. Probably talk a little bit about the Brian McFarland Total Hockey Museum. We were over yesterday looking at it. Mike Wason and I. We've got to get it on the move. We've had it for 12 years in storage. I couldn't believe that.
Get it out. Get Peter.
I know.
Puck
I
out.
want to get it out.
Release Peter Puck.
I want to get him out. Come on, the Celts.
All right, Gary. Good stuff. Good show. We'll see you back next week.
We will. And Cam, it's
Cam.
great to see you here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's great.
Well,
it's okay.
Above average.
It's not a record, but it's above average.
Yeah.
It's like Sam the Record Man, Tater. Sam the Record Man. Thanks for a great week of guests, man. We were jam-packed. Looking forward to next week as well. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Rochep T-Bird,
Connor Halley and the Duke of Delburne. At 12 o'clock, it's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell till 2. Jason Greger drives us home with the Jason Greger Show till 6 o'clock. We got Fox Sports all night long until the Triple S tomorrow morning. Duke, who's in, who's out?
Good question. We're gonna have to formulate that. Josh has his hand up. I'm sending a text to old Donnie P here this afternoon to make sure he can maybe pop by because I'm heading farming this weekend.
Boy, and
so.
Samuel the intern, maybe.
I would hope so.
Boy. And Blue Jays baseball on the weekend as well, right here on Sports 1440. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Sherbrooke Liquor, the best place for wine, cocktails, and beers from all over the world. And brought to you by First Round. You could win an NFL jersey on Sunday, and you can also on Monday as well, and even Thursdays. They give them away all the time. Plus, we did the $50 gift certificate for First Round. Only at Edmonton's NFL headquarters, First Round, downtown or right here in the mall on Bourbon Street. Hey, thanks everyone for listening. I really appreciate it. Had a wonderful week. We'll see you back here on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Have a safe and prosperous weekend. We'll see you back on Monday at 7. Before all that, here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Toronto Blue Jays kicking off their final road series of the season tonight in Kansas City against the Royals. Max Scherzer taking the bump for the Bluebirds. First pitch scheduled for 5:40. 15 other games around the majors, including the Yankees up against the Orioles in Baltimore. The Rays hosting the Red Sox. Pivotal AL West matchup kicking off between the Mariners and Astros. Finally, Clayton Kershaw making his final regular season start from Dodger Stadium as LA hosts the Giants. Week 16 in the CFL getting underway with the Argos hosting Montreal. The Owls extending wide receiver Tyler Snead on a 2-year deal earlier on this morning. And the Stamps will host the Lions down in Calgary in the second half of the doubleheader. Junior hockey getting underway all across the province this weekend, including teams in and around the City of Champions. The Oil Kings are down in Red Deer tonight before their home opener tomorrow. From the BCHL, Saints kicking off things in their new rink tonight in Spruce Grove. Puck drop there at 7. And the Sherwood Park Crusaders kicking off their season in Okotoks. From the AJ, Bonnyville hosting Devon, and Drayton Valley is at home against Olds. Finally, Women's Rugby World Cup in England has Team Canada taking on New Zealand in semifinal action. That getting underway here coming up at 12 o'clock noon. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall.